Well, a very good afternoon and welcome to Guildford here on the Surrey live stream for the Charlotte Edwards Cup game between the South East Stars and Loughborough Lightning. Lovely to have you with us on a glorious day here in Guildford. Oh, look at that as well. Thank you very much indeed. A printed out team sheet. This is absolutely marvellous. So thank you very much indeed for that. And a gorgeous day, blue sky, sun beating down here at Guildford. And very much looking forward to getting underway again in the Charlotte Edwards Cup. At the moment, Loughborough Lightning still looking for their first win in the competition. Of course, the opening game in this competition lost to the Stars by 6 wickets, then lost to the Vipers by 46 runs, and then lost to Central Sparks by 6 wickets. For the South East Stars, well, beat Loughborough Lightning in that first game by 6 wickets, and then beat the Central Sparks at Canterbury by 5 wickets, but lost their last game against the Vipers at Beckenham. And South East Stars in that game 127 for 7, and the Vipers 130 for 3. The table, Vipers on top on 15 points, then the Stars on 9, Sparks on 4, and Lightning yet to get off the mark. News from the order is Lightning won the toss, have stuck the Stars into bat, so Stars will be batting first. Let's run through the two sides for you. And for the Lightning, Sonia Adidra, Bethany Harmer, Abigail Freeborn, Lucy Hyam, Teresa Graves, Snatchy Pye, Kirsty Gordon, Sophie Munro, Nancy Harmon, Grace Ballinger and Yvonne Graves. And for the South East Stars, Adish Cranston, Bryony Smith, Alice Capsey, Phoebe Franklin, Alice Davison Richards, Tash Blount the captain, Grace Gibbs, Kira Chatley, Emma Jones, Kalia Moore and Danny Gregory. So those are our two sides for this afternoon. 2020 of course in the Charlotte Edwards Cup, and well, a lot of names from the 100 and a good crowd in today. There's quite a few down already actually, and sat along Dapjune Wharf away to my left in the shade, and then some people have brought their own deck chairs and round the boundary's edge they are, and our umpires Billy Taylor and Jerry Robertson are out there in the middle as well. So we're all set to go, and as I say, Lightning winning the toss, sticking the Stars in to bat on a pitch that does look, I have to say, from this distance does look quite green. So yeah, it does look pretty green, that pitch out there in the middle. So it'll be interesting to see what it does. Kirsty Gordon gets her troops in a huddle there for a last team talk and a chat about everything. As I say, for the Lightning, still yet to win a game in the competition, played 3, lost 3. So we'll be looking for an improvement on that. For the Stars, looking to bounce, seems a while ago now that they lost to the Southern Vipers at Beckenham, but looking to bounce back from that. And Adish Cranstone and Bryony Smith making their way out into the middle. Lightning in their purple shirts and trousers, and then out come Cranston and Bryony Smith in the yellow shirts and the dark blue trousers with the red stripes straight down the sides of the trousers. So perfect day for it here at Guildford. Charlotte Edwards Cup underway again. Great to be back. Seems like a long time ago that we had Charlotte Edwards Cup action. Still a lot of cricket to be played, of course, this summer. It's going to be Sophie Munro, it looks like, to get us started from the railway end. Bryony Smith will be on strike. Big sight screens down there at the railway end, and then all the cars parked up as well. Lots of people sat around the boundaries rope and along the Woodbridge Road here at Guildford. We're up on the roof of the pavilion. Got a lovely view down the ground. So third at the moment, slip. Here's Bethany Harmer, then there's the third man. There's a cover point, cover, extra cover mid-off, mid-on, straightish mid-wicket, and then the deep backward square. Bryony Smith, little survey of the field, and then Sophie Munro coming in from that railway end with our first ball of the afternoon, and it's short. We're not quite sure what Bryony Smith's done there. Looked to pull that through the leg side, it never got to her, and she actually just toe-ended that straight back up the pitch, and Munro does the fielding off her own bowling. That took an age to get through to Bryony Smith. She's looking at the tail end of her bat there. Looked like she played the most gorgeous ball shot and then the ball just sort of rolled back up the pitch towards Munro. So not the quickest of surfaces. Munro's in and played straight back up the pitch by Bryony Smith. Munro doing the fielding off her own bowling. Some people have brought their dogs today, I can see. Down there to our right, you might maybe be able to hear them having a bit of a bark as well. Down there to our right hand side. But 20 overs aside, just a reminder, 220 the Charlotte Edwards Cup. Munro over the wicket to Smith and short down the leg side. This will be wide signalled, and our first run of the day. So first run of the day for the Stars, having been stuck in by the lightning. If you're just joining us here on the live stream, good to have you with us this afternoon. Nice to be back again on a beautiful day weather-wise down here in Guildford at Woodbridge Road. One without loss. The Stars, this is a full-length delivery looking to drive outside her off stump as Bryony Smith picking side edge, and that runs away into the leg side. First runs off the bat, not exactly where Bryony Smith intended. Munro getting the ball up there outside the off stump, looking for the big booming drive was Bryony Smith. Now the throw has hit Bryony Smith, so now we're going to have a bit of a delay, I think. Bryony Smith is checking her crash helmet, so the throw came in and hit Bryony Smith, so we have to do the old concussion protocol here. She looks okay from this distance. She's just waiting for the physio to come out. It's all go here at the moment. 2 without loss then in this first over, and Bryony Smith just having to do a little bit of a concussion protocol here. So days of the week, what day is it? Count back from 10, all that good stuff. But yeah, lightning sticking Stars in. There's already a bit of movement out there. Bryony Smith sort of indicating it hit her on the back of the shoulder, that throw. So they'll have to check the helmet as well, make sure the crash helmet's okay. But it sort of indicated that hit her on the back of the shoulder rather than on the crash helmet. Definite movement there for Munro with that delivery though. Getting it up to the bat. As I say, it's a green looking surface, this one. So there may be something there for the bowlers throughout. So Bryony Smith absolutely fine, and Ailish Cranstone will come on to strike for first delivery. Left-handed, of course. Ailish Cranstone takes her guard. Off comes physios and Kirsty White with a drink. Taking a drink out there to Bryony Smith. 2 without loss. The Stars in this first over. Single to Bryony Smith and a wide in this first over from Sophie Munro. Ailish Cranston settles herself down over her bat, ready for her first delivery. Munro round the wicket to her, and Cranston just tucks this off her hip very neatly down towards deep backward square. Will pick up a single. And Cranstone off the mark straight away. And the Stars moving on to 3 without loss. Usually here at Guildford it's a very quick outfield. So if you can get it past the inner circle in the power play, the first 6 of course, got every chance of the ball racing to the boundary. Munro's in to Bryony Smith, that'll be 4. Short, and Bryony Smith has just pulled that over mid-wicket and away for 4 runs. Do not go there to Bryony Smith. Still looking at the toe end of her bat, I think from that first delivery of the game in fact. But yeah, if you go there to Bryony Smith, there's every chance one of these will end up in Dapjune Wharf. Far too short that from Sophie Munro. She'll know that as well with this field. Got no one back. Banged it in short, and Bryony Smith all the time in the world just to pull that one straight over the wicket for our first boundary of the day. 6 without loss, the Stars, as Munro's in again. That's a better length, looking to drive as Bryony Smith. Bottom hand comes into this, it rolls up towards mid-on. They'll scramble a single, and that's the end of the first over of this Charlotte Edwards Cup game here on the Surrey live stream. Good to have you with us. Stars stuck in by lightning. 7 without loss after the first over. Bryony Smith has 5. Ailish Cranston's only faced the 1 ball. Got a bit of cloud cover, which which is pleasant. It is quite warm up here on the roof. Just looking around the ground at the moment, the spectators, some, as I say, using the seats in the little grandstand down there at the railway end, but most people seem to have brought their own deck chairs, which is a nice way to spend the day. Grace Ballinger it will be from the pavilion end, and Bryony Smith will be on strike. Captain Kirsty Gordon is making sure everybody exactly where she wants. Two back on the leg side boundary rope, deep backward square and deep mid wicket. So the two back on that leg side boundary rope in front of the Woodbridge Road, the busy Woodbridge Road. If you've ever been here before, that's the garage. There's the garage, famous garage to our right. Ballinger left arm over the wicket then, first delivery, and Bryony Smith drives up the grounds. Good looking shot, good half stop up at mid off. Timed that one very nicely indeed. Odedra did well there, dived away to her right. Took a bit of a bubble on her just for a second, but Bryony Smith picks up one more, moves on to 6, 8 without loss. Stars in this second over. So yes, we've all been to Woodbridge Road. We're on the top of the, it's not, what, 2 years old now, the new pavilion? We're on the roof of the pavilion. To my left, that Jean Wolfe, and then to my right, the Woodbridge Road, and the garage that Ali Brown famously kept putting balls against Hampshire with a double 100 here in a one-day game, especially Cardigan Connor, as Ballinger is into Cranston. Cranston forces off the back foot out towards cover point. There won't be a run, but yes, Ali Brown kept putting Cardigan Connor straight in that garage as people were filling up their cars. So it's quite a famous garage, that, in cricketing terms. If Bryony Smith gets hold of one today, there could be a couple ending up in that garage as you're filling up with your unleaded. Is Ballinger over the wicket to Cranston, uses the feet, drives thick inside edge, should get 2 here. We'll get back for the second on the throw, and in comes the throw, and Cranston scrambles back for the second. It's good running from Ailish Cranston, absolutely tore the first and got back for the second. Stars move on to 11 without loss. Can get in touch with us up here on the roof if you so wish. Be nice to hear from people this afternoon on a nice sunny afternoon at Back and Across on the old Twitter if you want to get in touch. Ballinger in once more over the wicket, and that's very wide outside the off stump. This will be signalled wide. And more to the total. 12 without loss. Just push that one wide, and it kept going wider from Ballinger. Slip comes out now, goes down to short fine leg. Cranston on 3, settles over that once more. Down the pitch she comes again, using a big shout for LBW. She's a long way down there as that hits her pad and rolls to backward point, and Billy Taylor will signal leg byes. But interesting, all she's faced so far from Ballinger. Cranston using her feet, getting down the pitch towards Ballinger. Ever getting that LBW shout. Cranston a long way down. Bryony Smith comes back onto strike. 2 back on that leg side rope straight away. Cannot afford to be short here, Ballinger. And if you over pitch, Bryony Smith can go over the top of the cover ring as Ballinger over the wicket to Bryony Smith. That's a full toss. Oh, she'll feel she's missed out there. Bryony Smith, you can see from her body language, she knows she's missed out there. She's just drilled that straight to extra cover. With this field, big full toss, get it in the gap, you're going to get 4. So you probably saw from Bryony Smith's body language there. Not happy with that shot, hitting the fielder. Ballinger, little skip at the top of the mark. Bryony Smith will whip this one leg side straight out to deep backward square. Take the single. One more to Bryony Smith. She'll move on to 8. Stars moving on to 14 without loss. End of the second over. Just a little reminder, power play of course after 6. Each bowler 4 overs. 20 overs a side. And we'll be fine weather-wise today. It's an absolutely gorgeous day here in Guildford today, so we've got no worries about weather, which is nice. Sophie Munro for her second over, the 3rd from that railway end of the ground. Bryony Smith will be on strike. keeper up to the stumps as well. So Freeborn comes up to the stumps now. Start of the third. Munro from the railway end here at Guildford. Bryony Smith on 8. Munro's in, and Bryony Smith straight down the ground. Over pitch from Munro, and Bryony Smith straight back over her head and away for 4. Good looking shot that from Bryony Smith, just over pitch by Munro, and with just the 2 fielders outside the fielding circle, mid on and mid off up, and Bryony Smith straight down the ground for 4 runs. What also makes that a very good shot is that those keepers up to the stumps, but just big stride, didn't use feet, just big stride down the pitch and over the top. Munro in once more to Smith. Smith goes leg side this time, and this will be 4 more. It's just waited for that, and almost slug swept that over the leg side with 1 back. Good batting this from Bryony Smith. With the keeper up, she knows that Munro's going full, so she's already pulled her in her previous over the leg side for 4. So she's just setting herself up here, going over the top first ball straight down the ground for 4, and that one just waiting full length, slog sweep over the leg side for 4 runs. So now 2 back on that leg side rope, is it? Now we're bringing mid wicket up to square leg. We've got, well no, we're getting a bit of hand sanitizer actually. So I thought deep mid wicket was being brought up to square leg then play, but as it is, going back to deep mid wicket. Where does Munro go now? 2 good length deliveries have been put to the boundary. Can't afford to go short. She's in. That's a better length. And forward goes Bryony Smith. Pushes this one back up the pitch to Munro, and there's no run. Good comeback that from Munro after a couple of boundaries in the over. All the players down below us, in front of the pavilion. Got their own section down in front of the pavilion. Bryony Smith on 16. 3 fours in this innings already. Bryony Smith always looked to go leg side, leading edge, and will be caught at mid-on. So Munro, the full-length delivery, does the trick. And Bryony Smith goes for 16. Just looking to whip that leg side, leading edge, it looped to mid-on. Lightning pleased with that one. And Bryony Smith goes in the 3rd over. And Munro, after a couple of boundaries off the first 2 deliveries of the over, gets the wicket of the very dangerous Bryony Smith. Just trying to work that leg side, leading edge. And it's just bubbled up to mid-on, and Alice Capsey makes her way out to the middle. It's had a pretty good month. Alice Capsey, of course, in the 100. Back out here for the South East Stars. 22 for 1 then in the 3rd over. And Bryony Smith gone for 16, but yeah, Alice Capsey had a very good 100 tournament, of course. Wonderful player, huge talent, no great surprise at all. She did what she did in the 100. So there you go. Back into South East Stars action. As I say, South East Stars looking to bounce back a touch from their 1 defeat. Ballinger the catcher up there at mid-on. Pretty simple catch, nicely taken. So Alice Capsey wearing number 26 out there in the middle. Bryony Smith 16 off 12 balls with 3 boundaries there. 3 nicely struck boundaries as well. She'll be a bit disappointed, I think, because Munro's in. Short bouncery type delivery first up, and it took an age again to get to Capsey, and she was through the shot, and it just hit her on the glove and rolled down in front of her. Banged in by Munro, and it took ages to get through to Capsey. Good bit of bowling that from Munro. I think Capsey would not have been expecting that first ball, but there's no pace to this pitch at all. So Alice Capsey played the shot about 3 times before it got to her. Now they bring fine leg up to the edge of the circle. Right-handed Capsey waits again. Munro's in once more. Another short one, and this is pulled. This is like a game plan from Lightning for Alice Capsey. 2 balls, 2 short ones. And that one pulled straight to the wicket. Munro has the wicket of Bryony Smith. 3 gone. So they look like they're going to try and test out Alice Capsey with the short ball here. Lightning. 22 for 1 the Stars. 3 overs gone. It's a bit like, I'll be honest with you, up here on the roof, Not that I've been on holiday for many years, but it's a bit like if you go off and hire a villa or something in Spain, and you've got a nice sort of patioed area somewhere near a swimming pool, it feels a bit like that up here. It's very pleasant. Lucy Hyam coming into the attack for the fourth over. Hamish Cranstone will be on strike on 3. So spin into the attack for the fourth over of this South East Stars innings. 22 for 1. I think you can see on the bottom of the live stream, of course, as Cranstone's forward. It's nicely bowled first up by Hyam. Gave that a lot of air. Forward goes the left-handed Cranstone, just pops it into the offside, and there's no run. Be interesting to see if there's anything there on a pitch this green as Hyam's in again, and Cranstone uses the feet, hits the pad, rolls away into the leg side. No run again as Freeborn comes scampering out to do the retrieval work from behind the stumps. Nice start this from Lucy Hyam. In again to Cranstone. Now that does turn. Shout for LBW. She's looking to work that leg side. And Billy Taylor just walks off. Bit of bat in that? Yeah, bit of bat in that. Cranstone will actually pick up a single, but there was definitely a little bit of turn there from Hyam. Nicely bowled. One more to the total. 23 for 1. Capsey comes on to strike for the first time here to Lucy Hyam. Surveyor the field. 2 back again on that leg side boundary rope for Alice Capsey. Hyam is into her, and Capsey's down the pitch straight away, driving in the air, and it's almost got to Teresa Groves at mid-on. Didn't quite judge it. It was up-ish, and I think Groves was thinking about diving forward, then thought, oh no, it's not going to get to me, and as it was, it hit her on the half volley, and the ball's ricocheted away down to the boundary rope for 4. So 27 for 1. Capsey off the mark with a boundary. Hyam's into her again. She's sweeping. That's a great shot. Behind square on the leg side, and the fielding almost brilliant, but not quite. And it's over the boundary rope and away for 4 more. And Groves down there diving full length, getting a hand on it. But the ball just rolling away over the boundary. It's a lovely sweep shot that from Alice Capsey. She moves on to 8. 31 for 1. Good start this for the Stars, despite the wicket of Bryony Smith. As that's very short down the leg side. Shout for a catch behind. Brilliant bit of work there by Freeborn behind the stumps. Actually signalled wide by Billy Taylor. So no bat on it. That was a terrific bit of glove work from Freeborn. Would have been completely blinded by Capsey playing a pull shot there. Coming over the wicket to Capsey now. Hyam tosses this one up. That's tucked very nicely and firmly into the leg side by Capsey. And she will pick up another single. 1 more to her. 1 more to the total. End of the over. 4 gone. Ticking along at the moment. The South East Stars 11 off that first over from Hyam. It's a better over than that in many ways. She could have had Alice Capsey without scoring there. So 33 for 1. The Stars, as I say, will be quite happy with this at the moment. Bryony Smith will be disappointed to win when she did, because she was looking in pretty good touch. But at the moment, they're ticking along fairly happily at the moment. Dodger coming into the attack down there at the railway end. So Munro, with that wicket of Bryony Smith, comes out the attack. Freeborn will be up to the stumps. Capsey on strike and driving. Doesn't time this at all. It goes into the turf and up again. And Dodger does the fielding off her own bowling. Yeah, Munro there. A couple of overs. And the wicket of Bryony Smith. I'll try and get a bowling figures for you in a moment. As Dodger is in again, that's short, and that's tucked by Capsey into the leg side. Bit of skip on that from Dodger. Just bounced a touch more on Capsey than she was expecting, I think. Saw Munro try Capsey out with a Couple of short balls straight away. 1 row, 2 overs, no labels, 1 for 16. The Dedger's in again. That's short. Oh, and almost played on by Capsey, looking to cut bottom edge past the stumps. Could start this from the Dedger. Freeborn up to the stumps. Capsey there looking to cut. Bottom edge, almost dragged it straight back onto her stumps. 33 for 1 it remains in the 5th over. Here on the Surrey live stream. 3 dots so far in this the 5th over. Capsey on this occasion just turns the Dedger into the leg side, no run there. 4 dots so far, good stuff this from a Dedger. Kirsty Gordon very tight in there at the wicket as well. Cranston's just down with a couple of words for Capsey on 9. Alice Capsey, couple of boundaries in the last over for her as the Dedger's in again. She's driving, that's a good looking shot out towards the sweeper on the cover rope, just a single, and Alice Capsey will move on to 10. 34 for 1 now the Stars. Cranston comes on to strike for the first time in this over. Left-handed Cranston of course. The sun's glinting off the back of her bat actually. Ailish Cranston. It is the most perfect day for cricket. Just got a few fluffy white clouds and then the sun absolutely beating down as Dedger's in, and that's wide outside the off stump. Freeborn gets gloves to it. This will be signalled wide. That'll be 1 more to the Stars total as the bus heads off down the Woodbridge Road from my position up here on top of the roof at Guildford. Cranston gets in behind this one from the Dedger, pushes it out into the offside. Excellent over that. First up from the Dedger. Just the 2 runs off it, a wide and a single to Capsey. 5 gone. 35 for 1. So going at 7 and over at the moment. The Stars, as I say, they won't be too upset with that. And Kirsty Gordon's bringing herself into the attack now. On this the pavilion end. Start of the 6th, so final one of the power play, just the 2 outside the circle, and again it's deep backward square and a deep mid wicket for Alice Capsey. Not quite right with the ball at the moment, I don't think. Have a chat between Billy Taylor and Kirsty Gordon. It's not about the ball. Number of overs there. Chatting with him. Something. Ready to go now is Kirsty Gordon. Alice Capsey, 10 not out. Gordon's going to come round the wicket to Capsey with left arm over, apologies, and this one's swept away by Capsey, and that whistles away for 4. Nicely played by Alice Capsey. Just down on one knee, swept away in front of square, whistles off to the boundary rope for 4. Second sweep shot that's gone for a boundary. Kirsty Gordon in her sunglasses, left arm over the wicket, tosses this one up, and Capsey's tried to go over the top of the covers. He's got enough on it to get it over the top of cover, and we'll get back to 2, but wasn't quite to the pitch of that. Using her feet, positive intent though from Alice Capsey, looking to go down the ground. The boundaries are fairly straight, short here at Guildford. I've got that sentence round them completely the wrong way. They're fairly short straight boundaries is what I meant to say, as this one's just tucked into the leg side by Capsey. Just waits for that from Gordon. Picks up another single. 1 more to the total. Capsey moves on to 17. 42 for 1. The Stars. So yeah, fairly short straight boundaries. Longer square of the wicket, the boundaries here at Guildford, but the outfield's quick, especially with the sun out today. Waits again. There's Cranston. Tossed up and shot for RBW, looking to sweep. That'll be tight. Left on round the wicket from Kirsty Gordon. Looking to sweep was Cranston. Now from my position here that looked tight, but I'm not behind the bowler's arm. And Kirsty Gordon thinks that was out, just from her body language wandering back to the top of her mark again. Nice bit of flight on that from Kirsty Gordon. Left one round the wicket, she comes once again to Cranston. It's down the pitch and then slog sweeping out towards deep mid-wicket. Quite to the pitch of that, but got enough bat on it to pick up a single. Cranston, one more to her. She moves on to 42 for 1. The Stars, a pretty good power play this for the Stars. Alice Capsey on 17, waits with bat raised. Down the pitch again, there you go, straight over the top. Lovely bit of batting from Capsey. Said it, short straight boundaries, that's gone all the way for 6. You can see what she was thinking from the moment that ball left the hand of Kirsty Gordon. She was straight down the pitch, straight over the top. First 6 of the game, lovely, clean swing of the cricket bat from Alice Capsey. Oh, she's a talent. 48 for 1. 6 overs gone. So yeah, very good power play that for the Stars. They're going to put a pretty hefty total on the board at this rate. Capsey's now moved on to 23. Cranston will be on strike signal if that's the end of the power play. Dedra to continue from the railway end at our 7th over. Brought a very tight first over from that railway end, but a super bit of batting that from Alice Capsey again. Immediately Gordon lets go of the ball, straight down the pitch, bang, straight down the ground for 6. So spin at the moment, it's proven to be expensive here for Lightning. Dedra from the railway end of the ground. Cranston on strike. Start of the 7th. Cranston's playing a very nice looking defensive shot straight back up the pitch. She may see her job here is just to get off strike at the moment, Cranston, and just give the strike to Capsey, who just looks in terrific nick. 3 back on that leg side rope. You can have 4 outside the circle now. 3 back on that leg side rope, and then a sweeper on the cover rope for Cranston. So there's a single there if she wants it. In fact, as I say that, they're changing it, bringing deep mid-wicket up to the edge of the circle, and third man going down to the boundary rope as Dedra is in. And Cranston's down the pitch, gone stumped here. Lovely bit of work behind the stumps from Freeborn. And Ailish Cranston stumped for 5, never really got going. Dedra's been very tight here so far. Advanced down the pitch and Freeborn behind the stumps. Lovely bit of work, great glove work. Made it look very straightforward. And Ailish Cranston, who as I said, never really got going. Gone for 5. 49 for 2 now in the 7th. Stars. Phoebe Franklin makes her way out to the middle. This is an exciting start to this game. Wickets and runs, that's what you're on in the jolly old T20. So Phoebe Franklin out there to join Alice Capsey. 49 for 2. Just joining us, good afternoon to you from Guildford, here on the Surrey live stream. And Lightning winning the toss, sticking the Stars in. Bryony Smith going for 16, caught by Ballinger off Munro, and then Cranston stumped by Freeborn off Dedra for 5. Chance here for Kirsty Gordon to try and get a bit more control, although it's really been Alice Capsey that's been doing the run scoring here for the Stars. First ball for the right-handed Franklin then. The Dedra's in and Franklin, a good length, just pushes it straight back up the pitch. Excellent stuff this from the Dedra. Only went for 2 in her first over. Now has the wicket of Ailish Cranston for 5. A few more spectators just arriving here at Woodbridge Road. If you are listening and watching and you are nearby, come on down, as Bruce used to say. Is in over the wicket once more comes Dedra. That's short, cut by Franklin. Oh dear, complete and utter misfield at backward point, and they will pick up a single. So that gets Franklin off the mark, and that will bring the 50 up, I think, for the Stars. It will indeed in the 7th over. So the Stars 50 for 2. And it's Capsey back on strike again. Been an exciting start to this innings from Alice Capsey. Dedra's into her and Capsey's forward solidly, playing this one out towards extra cover, and there's no run. Like that shot from Alice Capsey. Yet the boundaries look great, and the shot down the ground for 6 looks great, but that was solid. Absolutely rock solid, that defensive shot from Alice Capsey. Going to get an extra back at deep mid-wicket, being third up to the edge of the circle now. The Lightning. Capsey just have a quick look at the field once again. Dedra over the wicket to her, and just whipping this leg side. Pick up a single out there towards deep backward square, and one more to the total. One more to Alice Capsey, but a tidy over that again from Dedra. Just 2 off it and the wicket. 3 off it, apologies. 3 off it and the wicket of Cranston. And 51 for 2 then after 7 the Stars. Phoebe Franklin and Alice Capsey having a bit of a natter out there in the middle. So all the COVID protocols in place, so drinks being run out in tabard and mask. Even after all this time, it still takes a little bit of getting used to. Yvonne Graves is into the attack from the pavilion end. So just 1 over from the captain, Kirsty Gordon, and Yvonne Graves comes into the attack from the pavilion end to bowl the 8th over. Capsey on strike, forward, nicely tossed up by Graves, bowling her off spin. Capsey almost winding up there to go down the ground again for a second, but then thought better of it. They've got a long on in now, after that 6 in the previous over. Graves is in, that's a full toss, it's smacked down the ground, quick singles taken here by Capsey. Oh, and if that hits from Teresa Graves, that could have been tight. She'll probably feel she's missed out as well there. And Graves with the full toss and drilled it up to Teresa Graves, stood at mid-off, took aim, fired and missed. One more to Capsey. Franklin comes back onto strike on 1. Graves over the wicket, tosses this one up and tucked away into the leg side by Franklin, out towards deep backward square. They'll get the single. Oop, and the throw on the half volley to Freeborn. So one more to Franklin. She'll move on to 2. 53 for 2. Back onto strike comes Capsey on 25 as Graves is in. Capsey sweeping again hard in front of square, out towards deep mid-wicket. Good looking shot again for a single, but they're protecting the Woodbridge Road side of the ground with the off spinner on. There'll be one more to Capsey, moves on to 26. 54 for 2. Tight over this from Graves as comes into Franklin. That's short, that's cut by Phoebe Franklin out towards the sweeper on the cover boundary rope. They'll take another single. This one that Graves hasn't given too much air to. That one dropped in a touch. Final ball of the over, I think. 55 for 2. Capsey waits again. Reverse sweep is out. Brilliant shot. That's away for 4. It's a terrific bit of batting that from Alice Capsey. And away for 4 it goes. And on to 30 goes Alice Capsey. 59 for 2. Stars. Well, Alice Capsey, huge talent anyway. Looks to be full of confidence out there at the moment. Great to see. Chat there with Phoebe Franklin, but at the moment, if you're South East Star, all you're really wanting to do is give Alice Capsey the strike. Kirsty Gordon's going to switch ends. So, Kirsty Gordon now into the attack from the railway end. Left arm round the wicket to Phoebe Franklin, that's very short, and Franklin's looking to pull. Feels she's missed out there, got nothing on it. Bat wise, hit the pan and just dropped down into the leg side, so definitely missed out there. Good Franklin, but Capsey's got 30 from out of the 59 for the Stars. Franklin waits again, uses the feet and isn't quite to the pitch of that one from Gordon. Again, it just squirts into the leg side, but As I say, I think here for Phoebe Franklin, who's a hugely talented player in her own right, but really just want to get Capsey on strike here. Round the wicket once again, Gordon, and that'll be cut away for a single by Franklin. That does get Capsey back onto strike. One more to the total. One more to Gordon. She moves on to 4. 60 for 2. The Stars, 9th over of their 20. Kirsty Gordon left arm round now to Capsey. Short, that'll be 4. Pulled away. Oh, caught in fact. No, dropped. Oh, what a chance that is. Capsey got a lot more on that than I thought she had, and Pye came sprinting in and got both hands to it. And, I thought I was sailing away for 4, but that's a chance which is put down. How big a chance is that going to be? Alice Capsey dropped on 30s, moved on to 31. Franklin backs away, cuts out towards the sweeper on the cover boundary. Well, should have been taken really. Alice Capsey, the shot was on. She got more of it than I thought actually. Coming sprinting in, put the catch down as a train rattles along the tracks in the distance. Capsey on 31, Gordon's into her, and Capsey down the leg side, just trying to help that down towards fine leg. Wide will be the signal. That'll be one more to a total. Capsey waits. As Gordon's in, she's down the pitch, lofting this one down towards long on. Good bit of work down there, just a single. Again, nicely struck by Capsey. Great use of the feet, dancing down the track towards Gordon. But Capsey, a life on 30. How costly is that going to be for the Lightning? 64 for 2, the Stars. After 9 overs. Tremendous stuff this, really entertaining. Wickets and runs, ideal. Alice Capsey, Phoebe Franklin. A bit of a natter together out there in the middle. Just wants to keep going here though. Looks a wonderful touch. But dropped on 30. Bill Graves to bowl the 10th over, so we'll be halfway after this over. Graves over the wicket to Capsey. Capsey drives again up towards mid-off. We'll get a single. A bit of a misfield up there by Teresa Graves, and they're going to get that for 2. That's great running. Really good running between Capsey and Franklin, because Graves a little misfield up at mid-off, and then they came tearing back for the second. Capsey's on to 34, 66 for 2. Yvonne Graves over the wicket to Capsey. Capsey sweeping again, and it's come off the toe end of her bat and gone up the ground towards long on. The intent is brilliant from Capsey. Almost playing a shot of ball at the moment. But that one, the slug sweep, which has been very productive for her on that occasion. Almost clothed it straight to short mid wicket. Franklin back onto strike. That's driven by Franklin. One bounce up to Graves at mid off. We'll get a single. Take Franklin on to 6. But the intent here from Capsey from ball 1, tremendous. 68 for 2. Capsey 35 not out. Yvonne Graves bounces over the wicket to Alice Capsey. Here we go, using the feet again, driving inside out, away through the covers. And should just be one, will just be one. But again, lovely use of the feet from Alice Capsey. Just trying to open up the offside at the moment. Into 36 she goes. 69 for 2. Just the intent he's making. Kirsty Gordon think from Alice Capsey. Franklin back onto strike on 6. Graves over the wicket too. Reverse sweep is out from Franklin. I'm not sure she's got anything on that. Freeborn got gloves to it. Ricochets away. Down towards short fine. And there's no run. Final ball of the over, I think, as Graves is in, and down the pitch comes Franklin. That's nicely played, because Graves saw her coming, dropped it in. She's waited, opened the face, guided off down to third. Will pick up a couple of runs here. Phoebe Franklin, nicely played by Franklin off the final ball of the over. So that's halfway. I think they'll be pretty satisfied with this. The Stars 71 for 2, so they're ticking along at over 7 and over. Just looking at the Stars this season, And their highest score so far was the loss, the 127 for 7 against the Vipers, but they were chasing in the other two games. Against Lightning, in that opening game, 107, Stars 108 for 4, Phoebe Franklin 24 not out in that one, and then against the Sparks, 118 for 5. So, at the moment, they're looking like heading towards their highest score of the comp so far, unless Lightning can haul them back. Dedra to bowl to Capsey on 36. Start of the 11th from the railway end. Capsey's forward to a good length ball, tucks it into the leg side. Could think about 2 here. I think they'll settle just for the 1 note. The wicket up quickly. 1 more to Capsey. Capsey on to 37. 72 for 2. Just lent on her bat down here at the non-striker's end. Alice Capsey. Waiting once more is Phoebe Franklin on 8. Over the wicket comes a Dedra to her. Oh, Franklin! Oh, is that stumped? Yeah, brilliant again from Freeborn behind the stumps. Because Franklin's come down the pitch, looked to go leg side, beat the inside edge, has taken that Freeborn down the leg side and whipped the bails off. That's a lovely piece of work again from Freeborn behind the stumps, and Franklin's gone now. So Dedra and Freeborn working very, very nicely together here, but that's a wonderful bit of work behind the stumps. Franklin goes for 8. 72 for 3 in the 11th over. Meanwhile, Alice Capsey still stuck up at the non-striker's end on 37, but what a wonderful bit of glove work that was from Freeborn. That should do the rounds on social media. That bit of glove work, because it beat the inside edge, I think. So she would have had Franklin in front of her, slightly blinded, took it going down the leg side and whipped off the bails. Lovely bit of work from Freeborn. And out comes Alice Davison-Richards. So the experienced Alice Davison-Richards out there with Capsey, 72 for 3. I think the key thing here from a Stars perspective is just get Capsey on strike, even at this early stage. So Alice Davison-Richards, quick survey of the field, right-handed. Dedra a quick chat with her skipper, Kirsty Gordon, about what field she wants. She wants the 4 outside the circle now are long on, deep mid-wicket, deep backwards square. I had 5 there for a second, and the sweeper on the cover rope. So that's the 4 outside the circle. As Dedra, first ball for Alice Davison-Richards, cheeky reverse sweep straight away from Alice Davison-Richards. Will pick up a couple here, premeditated straight away. Alice Davison-Richards, reverse sweep to get off the mark. Nice way to get started on a Wednesday afternoon. Alice Davison-Richards moves on to 2. 74 for 3 the Stars. Huge amount of experience though, of course. Alice Davison-Richards is in again, comes a Dedra, and this is tucked away down towards short. Fine quick singles taken by Capsey, and she's safely home as the throw comes in. Just for a second there, with about 5 yards to go, Alice Capsey would have been in a bit of a panic, but managed to get home. The throw from Teresa Graves just to the left of the stumps probably just gave Capsey that millisecond to get home. Capsey waits again on 37, and Dedra goes wide of the crease. Capsey whips this leg side again. Nice looking shot just for a single though. Good bowling this from Dedra, bowling to her field at the moment. 1 more to the total, 1 more to Alice Capsey, moves on to 38. And this Davison-Richards comes back on to strike on 3. Somebody's either using a very loud hoover or doing some DIY nearby. And Dedra over the wicket to Davison-Richards, and clever again from Davison-Richards. She tucks it down the ground, very happy to take a single. Alice Davison-Richards been out there 3 balls already on 4. 77 for 3. 6 off that over from a Dedra, but the wicket of Franklin after some brilliant glove work from Freeborn. Chat out there in the middle between Alice Davison-Richards and Alice Capsey. So it's a good start to this game. It really is. Bit of everything so far. Great stuff. But the Stars are looking like putting a total on the board here. 77 for 3, going along at 7 and over. Lucy Hyam back into the attack from the pavilion end. And her off breaks. Davison-Richards on 4. Survey the field from Davison-Richards, and Hyam will come bouncing in over the wicket to Davison-Richards. Reverse sweeps out again, and that was a full toss. Premeditated again from Alice Davison-Richards. She'll pick up a couple there. So full toss, but she was committed to reverse sweeping there, was Alice Davison-Richards. Although I think she could have probably smashed that through the covers, but she already set herself up for the reverse sweep. Nice start this from Davison-Richards, on to 6, 79 for 3 the Stars in the 12th. Hyam in again, Davison-Richards drives, that was a nice looking shot, it's well fielded though. Tumbling away to her left, Grace Ballinger does really well there, up at mid-off. That got past her, that would have run away for 4. Davison-Richards moves on to 7. Stars moving on to 80 for 3. Back onto strike comes Capsey. Hyam's in, Capsey's down the ground, bowled. Lovely bit of bowling, Capsey there, dancing down the pitch, looking to go over the top. She's been in that sort of mood the whole of the afternoon. Goes for a lovely 38, Alice Capsey. But now, for the Stars, they've just got to be a little bit careful here. Nicely bowled by Hyam. And Alice Capsey wasn't quite to the pitch. That down the pitch she came, looking to go down the ground again. Really hit 1-6 down the ground, but gone for 38. So it only cost 8 runs, that drop catch for Lightning. And Capsey, very, very good innings of 38. Tash Farrant, the captain, makes her way out into the middle to join Alice Davison-Richards. Intent from ball 1 there from Alice Capsey. 80 for 4. The only danger the Stars have got at the moment is not posting what they should, because they're lost wickets now in the 3rd over, the 7th over, the 11th over and the 12th over, so those 4 wickets falling at regular intervals. So Tash Farrant, captain out there in the middle, left-handed of course. 80 for 4 of the Stars. Kirsty Gordon will be pleased with this now. Having got rid of Capsey, got an opportunity to get a little bit of control back now as the Lightning skipper. Alice Davison-Richards, though, very solid start with her 7 down at the non-striker end, and lots of experience out there now for the Stars. First ball for Tash Farrant is short and it's cracked off the back foot out towards the sweeper on the cover row. So Tash Farrant off the mark straight away with a single. And more to the total. 81 for 4 of the Stars, and Alice Davison-Richards comes back onto strike on 7. Hyam over the wicket to her, down the pitch she comes, picks it up on the full. That's nicely worked into the leg side, trying to hit the gap, but just a single. Alice Davison-Richards, lovely use of the feet. Harmon out there, they're getting around quickly to do the fielding. Trying to hit that too hard, Alice Davison-Richards, just trying to hit the gap. Sensibly played. Plenty of overs to go here for the Stars. Back onto strike the left-handed Farrant. Hyam into her, and Farrant drives up to the left of extra cover. We'll get a single. And we'll take Tash Farrant on to 2 and move Stars into 83 for 4. So pretty good over that from Hyam. The wicket, the big wicket of Alice Capsey. Bowled for 38. Bryony Smith 16, Cranston 5, Franklin 8, Capsey 38. Couple of wickets for Dedra in there today. 1 for Monroe and 1 for Hyam. Teresa Graves coming in now from the railway end. So we saw her start off from this pavilion end, now coming into the attack from the railway end of the ground. I hope you're enjoying the coverage, the great coverage here on the Surrey stream. South East Stars against the Loughborough Lightning here at Guildford. Tash Barrett on strike. Teresa Graves coming round the wicket to her. That's short and it's punched in the air and up and over the top and down towards the boundary rope for 4 from Farrant. So nicely played by Farrant, just going up and over the top and away for 4 it goes. Her first boundary moves on to 6, the captain. 87 for 4 Stars. A little bit short and a little bit wide, that one. Just got enough bat on it to get it up and over the top of the infield. Farrant waits once more. This time just working into the leg side. We'll get a single. We'll bring Davis and Richards back on to strike. Farrant moves on to 7. Busy old road, the Woodbridge Road. By about 5 o'clock it'll be very, very busy. Everybody heading home from work. Davis and Richards back on to strike. Forward, beats the outside edge. Nice bit of airing that. Beautifully taken again by Freeborn up to the stumps. A little bit of movement there. There will be something in this pitch. As I say, for Guildford, it's a very green looking pitch. Davis and Richards forward, turns into the leg side, down to short fine. They thought about the single, but there was never one there. As that ball is whipped in by Harmer on the edge of the circle at fine leg. Almost set off for a single, it was never there. This is Farrant and Davis and Richards. As cracking off the back foot down towards backward point. They'll get a single. More to the total. Half stop there by Harman. It's a good half stop from Harman. Nicely timed by Davis and Richards. 7 to go after this one for the South East Stars. Tash Barrett back on to strike. 7 to her name. This time just nudges the ball past short fine leg. That's good placement from Tash Barrett. This will run away for 4. Just to the left of the short fine. That runs away. Just drifted onto her hip a touch. And that one has whistled away past Yvonne Graves down to the boundary rope for 4. So boundary off the last ball of the over. 13 gone. And the Stars 93 for 4. What do they want from me? Around 140. Yeah. Look at the good total. Very nicely at the Stars. Farrant's moved on to 11. Davis and Richards has 9. Bit of a natter between those two out there in the middle. Captain Kirsty Gordon from the pavilion end to bowl our 14th over. And it's Davis and Richards. Tree type takes her guard on 9. Kirsty Gordon then from this pavilion end. He's in, left arm round the wicket, driven by Davis and Richards. That's a lovely shot from Davis and Richards. Just a bit of flight on that one and then just goes inside out, drives through the covers and away for 4. And Davis and Richards moves on to 13. This has been an experienced innings so far from Alice Davis and Richards at 13. Gordon round the wicket again. Davis and Richards backs away and cuts out towards the sweeper on the cover boundary rope. They'll pick up another single. Davis and Richards moves on to 4th, and she's going it better than a run of ball at the moment. And it's Davis and Richards, as is Tash Farrant, I think, with 11 to her name. Early days, of course, in this partnership, but already added 18 after that wicket of Alice Capsey. Gordon just rearranging her field a touch for the the left-handed Farrant. Farrant sweeping. Oh, that'll beat short fine. This could run away for 4. This will run away for 4. It's good stuff, this, from Tash Farrant and Alice Davison-Richards. And a touch of bats between those two. Nicely played by Tash Farrant, keeping this total going upwards. 102 for 4. So the 100 comes up in the 14th over here for the Stars. 15 to Tash Farrant. Ball being sanitised by Billy Taylor. And being kicked back from the crowd. 102 for 4. Gordon's in again, and Farrant just waits for this, nudges into the leg side. Ball's in there towards short mid-wicket, and there's no run. Clever partnership, this. Gordon left arm over the wicket, short, and turned into the leg side by Farrant. Good running. Picks up a single. One more to Tash Farrant. Moves on to 16. 103 for 4. Good over this. 10 off it so far for the Stars. Gordon round the wicket to Davison-Richards, and Davison-Richards just tucks it into the leg side. Done all the hard work in this over. So takes a single off the last ball of the over. Played that over beautifully. Tash Farrant and Alice Davison-Richards. All about experience, that. 11 off it. 104 for 4 then, the Stars. 6 overs remaining of their 20. Kirsty Gordon just had a drink brought out to her. Teresa Graves will continue from that railway end of the ground. I do hope that is someone doing DIY, otherwise that is a very loud hoover away in the distance. Alice Davison-Richards on strike here. Turns the first ball of this, the 15th over, into the leg side, and they will pick up a single, and that will be 1 more to the total, 1 more to Davison-Richards. She is on to 16, 105 for 4 now. And the wicket once again goes Graves, and the reverse pull really, this from Farrant. It's going to go for 4. So she stood up straight and switched it basically down to the boundary rope for 4 runs. Nice bit of batting that from Tash Farrant. All the party pieces are coming out here from Tash Farrant. Didn't get much of it, but got enough on it to get it away past the diving harbour for 4 runs. Switch it really, that, from Tash Farrant. On to 20, 109 for 4. Where's she going now? Tash Farrant just works this one into the leg side. Pick up a single. They've come out hard from ball 1 here of the South East Stars, and they've just kept going like this. Capsey, quick innings of 38. Smith, 16. Quick innings of 16 with 3 boundaries in there. Now it's Davison-Richards and Farrant just keeping this total going upwards at a good rate for the Stars, almost trying to bat Lightning completely out of the game at the moment. Davison-Richards on 16. He's just forcing off the back foot out there to the sweeper on the cover rope. Will take another single. 1 more to the total. On to 17 goes Davison-Richards. Score ticks round to 111 for 4 now. Stars. Tash Farrant back on strike again on 21 now, the captain. Been a lovely inning so far. Forward here, just trying to nudge it to the right of backward point. Doesn't quite get it in the right place, can't get a single. As the throw comes in from Pye straight over the top of the stumps. It's going to be a pretty formidable total on the board, this, from the Stars for the Lightning to chase. Graves in again, round the wicket. Oh, she's playing a switch hit again. She's played it beautifully. Tash Farrant. That's really well played. No, she's got 2 back on the leg side rope, but with the cover ring up, she's just turning herself around and switch hitting it straight over the covers for 4. Couple of those in that over. Very good stuff from Tash Farrant. She's moved on to 25 now. 11 again off the over, so 22 off the last two for South East Stars. 15 gone, 5 remaining, so still 5 to go for the Stars. Great little innings this from Tash Varant so far of 25, and this partnership has already moved up to 35 between Alice Davison-Richards and Tash Varant. Kirsty Gordon from the pavilion end comes over the round the wicket, apologies, to right-handed Davison-Richards. He tucks it into the leg side for a single, looking happy to give Varant the strike here. She's sensible from Davison-Richards. He's on to 18, 116 for 4 then. Varant back onto strike on 25. Gordon will come left arm over the wicket to Tash Varant. Tash Varant waits for this, looks to cut. Has she got something on that? Freeborn didn't take it cleanly. I think she might have done from the reaction. And Freeborn's been brilliant behind the stumps today. That was a little edge from Tash Varant. She'll pick up a single, moves on to 26. 117 for 4. Gordon left arm round the wicket to Davison-Richards, and Davison-Richards backs away, cuts a short ball out into the cover. Should just be a single. Will just be a single. One more to Alice Davison-Richards. She moves on to 19, 118 for 4. Tash Varant comes back onto strike on 26. Tidy over this. And Kirsty Gordon so far. Left arm over the wicket she comes. Varant backs away, pushes into the offside, rolls to backward point. And there is no run. So just the 3 runs off this over thus far from Gordon. Varant waits again. Gordon left arm over the wicket to her. Oh, she's reverse sweeping. It's a good shot. It's got enough on it to take it over the top of backward point. I tell you what, Tash Varant's batting really well right-handed here today. And that one, reverse swept for 4 more. Varant's on to 30, 122 for 4. It's cracking batting this from Tash Varant. Yeah, reverse sweep there, drilled it. And a couple of switch hits as well. Over the wicket goes Gordon 2 again. She's driving up the ground towards mid-off. Can't find a gap. End of the over from Gordon, so again, better over from a Lightning point of view, but 7 off it still. 122 for 4 then. Off 16 overs. Chat out there in the middle. Davison-Richards and Alice Davison-Richards and Tash Varant. So I think they'll be pretty happy with where they find themselves at the moment. I think they've done well here is they've just kicked along. It's like Sophie Munro's coming back from the railway end. They've gone hard at the Lightning here, South East Stars, and they've just kept going that way. So whatever happens now, they're going to put a pretty good total on the board. 3-way back on the leg side rope for Davison-Richards. 19 not out. 4 to go. Davison-Richards started this 17th over. That's way down the leg side. Beautifully taken again by Freeborn though. Ooh, she's been good behind the stumps today. Couple of top-class stumpings. That was beautifully taken again down the leg side. Wide the single though. So 1 more to the total. 123 for 4. Munro once more is over the wicket to Davison-Richards, and that's swept away basically by Davison-Richards, and the fielding's pretty good down below us by Teresa Graves. That bounced and hit her really as much as anything. She's done very well there. That was struck very hard by Davison-Richards and sort of just skipped off the turf on the half volley in front of her, and Graves got something behind it. Prevented another boundary. Tash Varant comes back onto strike on 30. Will she try another switch hit here? Going to come round the wicket to try and prevent her doing that. She's cutting this time. Clever from Tash Varant. Trying to prevent her playing that switch hit. And that time she plays the orthodox cut. Hits the gap between backward point and third, and that whistles off to the boundary rope for 4 runs. Just a little gem of an innings here from Tash Varant at 34. 128 for 4. Hell of a cricketer, Tash Barron. Just clever batting, this. Really is. This partnership is racing along now. It's worth 48. Monroe's in again. That's short. Oh, brilliant from Freeborn again behind the stumps. What a take that is. Standing up. That is quite brilliant from Freeborn. It's another wide signalled. That again should be doing the rounds on social media. That is a brilliant bit of glove work from her. One more to the total, 129 for 4. Monroe's in again. Tash Barron drives in the air, doesn't quite get to mid-off, and she'll get a single. Toe end of the bat. More to Tash Barron. Ballinger dived forward, but didn't get there. 130 for 4. Monroe over the wicket to Davidson Richards, and that's tucked away. That was the 50 partnership actually, and now they'll move on to 51 with that little tuck into the leg side by Davidson Richards. So these two came together in the 12th over. We're now in the 17th. The partnership is worth 51. Very good runs between Tash Farrant and Alice Davidson Richards. 35 of those belong to Farrant. Monroe round the wicket to Farrant. Farrant's down the pitch, gone stumped off the wide. So brilliant from Freeborn again. Great innings from Tash Farrant at 35, but Monroe saw her coming, pushed it wide, and Freeborn again. Very good glove work. Had a long way to come back there to take the bails off, but that's been a lovely innings from Tash Farrant. Monroe with the wicket, her second of the day. Lovely innings that from Tash Farrant of 35, and it means the Stars now 132 for 5. Grace Gibbs making her way out into the middle, but super innings that from Tash Farrant, the captain. Partnerships are worth 52 there with Alice Davidson Richards. Grace Gibbs makes her way out into the middle to join Alice Davidson Richards, but Freeborn here has been outstanding behind the stumps. Yet there may have been a little drop off the spinner, but standing up to the quicks, outstanding. Abigail Freeborn today, you could put a highlights reel together of just her keeping. Today it'll be worth a watch. So Grace Gibbs taking her guard, 132 for 5. A little wide, so another single to the total. Grace Gibbs played a great innings to see the Stars over the line against the Central Sparks at Canterbury earlier in the competition. First ball's down the leg side. This will be wide signalled once again, and they'll take a single here. I think that hit Freeborn on the pad actually. So that'll be 2 more to the total. 34 for 5. Back onto strike comes Alice Davidson Richards. Monroe over the wicket to her. Short, and Davidson Richards pulls down towards fine leg. Graves does the fielding. Pick up one more. Davidson Richards moves on to 22, 135 for 5. Gibbs waits again, looking for her first run. She'll get it here, just tucks it into the leg side, trying to give herself some room outside the leg stump, but Monroe followed her. She just tucks that away into the leg side, picks up a single. Throw comes in and be over. 17 gone. 3 remaining. 136 for 5. It's an expensive over. 14 off it, but the wicket of Tash Farrant. And Monroe. Oh, I said 140. They'll be up over 150 here, the Stars. And that is going to be a tough chase for Lightning. Grace Ballinger. The attack to bowl probably the last 2 from the pavilion end, you would have thought. So she's going to come left arm round the wicket. Survey of the field. And settles herself down over her bat. So it started the 18th. Ballinger from this pavilion end. Left arm round the wicket to Gibbs, who drives. Gorgeous shot. Well, through the covers for 4. Full lucky shot from Grace Gibbs. Just lends on that. Hit the gap. That water's off to the boundary rope. problem here for Lightning is that they haven't been able to bowl it over without a boundary in it, really. Other than the dead drop, there seems to have been a boundary every over here for the Stars. 140 for 5. Very nicely played that by Grace Gibbs. Just leant on it, absolutely shot off to the boundary rope for 4. Bit of sanitisation of the ball being done by Billy Taylor. It shot off into the crowd, so if anybody handles it outside the boundary ropes, the ball still has to be sanitised. And once again to Gibbs. Gibbs is whipping this one down towards the long on boundary rope. That'll be 4. Beautifully timed by Gibbs. He's on to 9. 144 for 5 now. Huge total on the board here for the South East Stars. They've just really gone at the Lightning from ball 1 and just kept going. Gibbs 9 was out now. Ballinger around the wickets here. Gibbs drives again. This is straight out to cover though. Maybe no one's tying the ball beautifully here. Grace Gibbs just walked straight out into the middle. Couple of boundaries. Thank you very much. Ballinger a bit of a chat with Kirsty Gunn, looking as if sort of going to the hip there of Gibbs, try and protect that leg side boundary. Got 2 back on there. Ballinger's in and swing across the line here is Gibbs, trying to go leg side, hits the pad. It's the angle she wants her on. Kirsty Gordon with Ballinger coming left arm round the wicket with full back. It's going to be coming back into the right hander. Nicely bowled that from Ballinger. Ballinger once again comes left arm round the wicket to Gibbs. Gibbs goes leg side stumped. Freeborn has a 4th stumping for Freeborn, and again a lovely bit of work behind the stumps. And Freeborn 4 stumpings now. As I say, you could put a little highlights reel together as the keeping of Freeborn. So Gibbs goes for 9. It has been really entertaining this innings from the South East Stars, and Ballinger has her first wicket of the piece in the 18th over. But yep, if I was Abigail Freeborn, I would be trying to get a highlights package of my stumpings, because there's 4 in there and they're not bad, any of them. Brilliant stuff from her. Kira Chatley making her way out into the middle. Alice Davison Richards is still there on 22. 144 for 6. So right-handed Chatley. It's for her first ball, and she's pulling top edge. She'll get away with this. Into the leg side it goes, and they'll pick up 2. 3 converge on it, and they'll pick up 2. So Chatley off the mark with a couple, not exactly where end of the over. 18 gone. So the Stars are going to be putting up over 150 on the board here for Lightning to chase. That won't be straightforward at all, but Abigail Freeborn absolutely brilliant today behind the stumps. So Dedrick will bowl the final over from the railway end, and there's one to come from the pavilion end here for South East Stars. Alice Davison Richards 22. A dead drop over the wicket to Davison Richards, and Davison Richards whips this leg side, wants 2, they'll only get 1. Good work again out there at deep mid wicket. So just a single for Davison Richards, moves on to 23. 147 for 6. Kieran Chatley comes on to strike on 2. They've just put one ball at top edge into the leg side and picked up a couple of runs. Sun just goes behind a cloud for a second as Dedra's over the wicket. Oh, and a little flip shot, ramp shot from Chatley. Doesn't get anything on it at all, just sort of opening up her feet and trying to ramp it over the top of Freeborn up to the stumps. Got nothing on it. Good work again from Freeborn. Just seen that very, very late. 4 stumpings today for Freeborn. Chatley waits again. Dedra's into it. Oh, well bowled again. Just dips at the last moment on Chatley as she looks to drive. And byes will be the signal. Just dipped under the bat. Missed much today, Freeborn. More to the total. 48 for 6. Alice Davison-Richards comes back onto strike on 23. Good runs these from Alice Davison-Richards. I haven't seen much of the strike really. And Dedra in again to it. Full toss, slam straight down the ground by Davison-Richards for 4. That'll bring up the 150 for the Stars. 152 for 6. The Stars. So nicely put away that by Alice Davison-Richards. Looking to go full of length again, Dedra with that one. Full toss at the end. Hit straight down the ground by Davison-Richards. She's on to 27. Formidable total this from the Stars as Dedra's in again. Davison-Richards drives wide outside the off stump, get a single out there to the sweeper on the cover rope. One more to the total. Very good innings this from Alice Davison-Richards. I think she's going up better than her other ball. She just doesn't see a huge amount of the strike with Farron and Gibbs going so nicely. Still get that scoreboard ticking though. 153 for 6. Chatley drives straight down the ground and that'll race away for 4. Good shot. This is a good over again for the Stars, and Dedra expensive last over. Has probably been the pick of the bowlers for Lightning today. But an expensive final over from her of 11, so 157 for 6. The Stars, and they have got 1 over left. They will be very happy with this. As I say, it's sort of always been a predefined way of going about it. Came out playing shots. Came out at the Lightning and haven't let up really. Contributions from Bryony Smith, Capsey, Farrand, 28 from Davison-Richards. Final over this, and Davison-Richards, that's 6. That's into the Woodbridge Road. That's a huge strike from Alice Davison-Richards. Good job the fencing's been put in there, otherwise that would have been in the garage. Somebody filling up their car with unleaded would have had the ball next to them. Davison-Richards, what a strike that was. Barringer just drops it in and swung it over the leg side for 6. 163 for 6. Davison-Richards waits again. This could be a repeat. Short again. Oh, she pulls it. One bounce out to deep backward square. Look at the reaction. Punches the back of her bat. Alice Davison-Richards. No, she's missed out a touch there. That's 7 off the first 2 balls of this over. 164 for 6. 4 balls to go of this South East Stars innings. Barringer round the wicket to Chatley. It's short again. Chatley pulls on the leg side. We'll get 2 here. Should get 2. Will get 2. 2 more to Chatley. Takes her on to 8. 166 for 6 now. Barringer keeps banging this ball in, trying to protect that leg side rope, but Davison-Richards slinging one straight into the fencing for 6. Barringer left arm round the wicket once again. Chatley's going to try and ramp again. Has she got anything on this one? I think she's got something on it. It's running off down towards the boundary rope. And coming back for 2. We'll get back for the second as well. Is there any bat on that? No, byes. Byes. So 2 more to the total. Tried it a couple of times now. Hasn't laid bat on ball yet. Chatley with the ramp shot. That's 2 more to the total. As Chatley waits once again On 10, 168 for 6. Ballinger around the wicket. Chatley swinging leg side. Out towards deep backward square. They'll pick up another single. And more to the total, 169 for 6. So this is the Stars' highest total of the tournament so far. Second highest overall. 169 for 6. So Lightning facing a mounds in here, really. So final ball of this, the South East Stars innings. Davison Richards on strike. Ballinger in, it's short. Davison Richards pulls, and that'll be 6 more, I think. It's gone all the way. Yes, it has indeed. And that is a big last over as well. And the South East Stars there, well, what a total that is on the board. 175 for 6 for the South East Stars. And Alice Davison Richards, gem of an innings. That 41 not out for Alison Davison Richards. Chatley will finish 9 not out. So Lightning have a lot to do and haven't had a big total yet in the tournament. So they've got an awful lot of work, the Lightning, to do. But South East Stars will be delighted with that. 175 for 6. I'll be back with you in about 10 minutes time. It'll be 176 for the Lightning to win. Well, a very warm welcome back to Guildford here on the Surrey live stream. So, South East Stars batting first, pretty formidable, 175 for 6. So, Lightning with it all to do as their openers, Dedra and Harmer, make their way out into the middle. So, it's a big old total that. Highest one of the competition for the Stars, and told on good or Verzi, second highest of the competition overall. Tash Farrant, who made a lovely 35 with the bat, will open the bowling. The captain down there at the railway end, Chatley with the gloves, Bryony Smith in there at slip. Leg on the edge of the circle, backward point, cover, mid off, mid on, mid wicket, and then the deep backward square. So this is a huge ask. 176 for a side that's struggled for runs really in the competition so far. Tash Farrant, who's in pretty good form with the ball, as we all know, getting ready to come in from the railway end of the ground. Dedra, who bowled nicely, on strike, first ball, is across the stumps, looking to work the leg side, hits the pads, rolls away into the offside. Dog starts barking away to our right. I don't know why that is, but it's something's caught the dog's fancy. Away to our right hand side, not quite sure what. 176 for the Lightning. Runs for Davidson, Richards, Capsey and Farrant, as this one's tucked by a Dedra down towards short fine leg. Emma Jones comes round to do the fielding. So first run for the Lightning in this mammoth run chase. One without loss, the Dedra off the mark. This brings Harmer on to strike for the first time in this first over. Bryony Smith in there at slip, the one slip in there. Of course, power play in the first 6. Lightning have got to go for this. They really have. That's their problem. Their conundrum is they've got to go at nearly 8.5 and over. As Tash Farrant comes over the wicket and Harmer's down the pitch driving. Nice looking shot, doesn't really time it though. Out there towards extra cover, and there's no run. So every quiet over, that pressure builds. They need a couple of boundaries and over here. The Lightning, as train rattles along the tracks there towards Guildford Station. It's either going towards Guildford Station or out of Guildford Station. I always get that wrong. I think that's going out of Guildford Station. Or is he going towards it? In over the wicket comes Farrant again. Harmer drives in the air and will go. Caught at cover. Wasn't to the picture that at all. And they have a wicket in the first over. The Stars. And Harmer goes without scoring. Just chip that ball up to cover. And Tash Farrant has her first wicket of the piece. So it's a bad start for Lightning. This 1 for 1 in the first with a monstrous 176 to chase. Just chipped it, didn't quite get to the pitch, but and of course Tash Farrant's taking the ball away from the right hander, so chipped it out into the covers. Freeborn, who was outstanding, Abigail Freeborn with the gloves, 4 stumpings in the South East Stars innings, is making her way out to the middle to join the Dedra. If it wasn't tough enough, it's got even tougher now for the Lightning. 1 for 1, Alice Capsey, I think, was the catcher out there at cover. Hardly had to move. Alice Capsey just chipped it straight out to her at extra cover. Tash Farrant and Grace Gibbs having a bit of a natter out there. So Tash Farrant, 35 with the bat. Wicket straight away with the ball. Talk about leading by example. Just tweeted that she's the head of a cricketer, Tash Farrant. She really is. Freeborn then, right-handed. That dog's having the time of its life down there to our right. There's Tash Farrant over the wicket then to Freeborn, and Freeborn plays this one back up the pitch. Plays it as if it just came back at her touch. Of course, Tash Farrant left arm over, perfectly capable of bringing the ball back to the right-hander. Not quite sure what that dog's seen over there. Very excited by something. Farrant once again Left arm over the wicket to Freeborn, and Freeborn looks to cut, beats the outside edge. Chatley takes that one, moving away to her right hand side. Great first over that from Tash Barron. Wicket and the single, so 1 for 1 after one. Lightning, as I say, formidable 176 required by them. Looks as if it's going to be Alice Capsey to get us started from the pavilion end. Go off breaks. Dedra will be on strike. Alice Davison Richards making her way down towards long on, towards the barking dog. Away to our right. He's just hungry. Thirsty perhaps. No, I am. Slipping there. Bryony Smith. Dedra on strike with a single to her name. One gone without scoring. Capsey with her off breaks is in. Dedra turns this one into the leg side with a flourish, but there is no run as Emma Jones comes up to do the fielding in there at short mid wicket. The other thing this will do is bump up that run rate for the South East Stars. Capsey over the wicket again to a Dedra. She's this one. Back up the pitch. Capsey in her sunglasses. The fielding off her own bowling. Capsey in again. Right-handed with Dedra, backs away, cuts out towards cover point, quick singles taken, throw comes into the bowler's end, but Dedra is safely home. Getting more there with the throw. There at cover point. This will bring Freeborn onto strike, 2 for 1. And the second over, Lightning. Got the old Duckworth Lewis here. Now we're 1 wicket down. After 1 over, there'd need to be 13. Oh, sorry, apologies, after 2, 19. As Capsey is in, Freeborn drives out towards extra cover. So that shows what amount of Lightning have to climb here. Needs to be on 19 at the end of this over in Duckworth Lewis terms. They're on 2. Capsey over the wicket again to Freeborn. Freeborn, that's short, looks to pull straight down to short, fine leg. Oh, could be run out here, set off for a single that wasn't there as Danny Gregory did the fielding. Freeborn looking to get off the mark, but it went straight to Danny Gregory on the edge of the circle at fine leg. Freeborn's dived full length back into her crease there, so it's got a bit of grit and dust in her gloves. So we'll just take a little bit of time here to get herself organised once again. Out there in the middle, Abigail Freeborn. Waits over her bat once more as Alice Capsey bounces in over the wicket to Freeborn. Freeborn cutting. Good shot that. Beats the diving Cranston at backward point. First boundary for the Lightning off the last ball of the over. Nice way to get off the mark from Freeborn. 2 gone. And Lightning 6 for 1. Just to give you an idea, South East Stars at this point were 14 without loss and needed to be on 19 in terms of Duckworth Lewis, but we're not going to need Duckworth Lewis unless there's a thunderstorm nobody knows about, because looking around at the moment it's just blue sky everywhere and the sun beating down here at Guildford. It's a gorgeous day, it really is. Perfect day for T20 in the Charlotte Edwards Cup. Tash Farrant to bowl her second over. The Dedra on strike. 6 for 1 then the Lightning after 2. Another 170 required. Farrant is in to a Dedra. Dedra off the stumps. Opens the face. Guides this one down to backward point. Cranston does the fielding. Moving round to her left and they'll pick up a single. Dog's still not happy about something. Way to our right. 7 for 1. Back onto strike comes Freeborn. That boundary off the final ball of the Capsey over. Tash Farrant then, left arm over the wicket to Freeborn, and Freeborn that swings back a touch, even from here you can see that, and Freeborn just playing this one straight back up the pitch to Tash Farrant. There's the fielding off her own bowling and there is no run. Emma Jones down there at fine leg on the edge of the circle. Some impromptu games of cricket going on away to my left at the moment in the crowd as Clarence in once again to Freeborn. He's pulling top edge. It'll get over the top of Emma Jones. One bounce and down to the fine leg boundary rope for 4. And more off the top edge than the middle of the bat, but it's effective. Second boundary for Freeborn. Moves on to 8. Lightning need a few more of those. 11 for 1 now they are. Just tuning in for the first time today. 175 for 6 from the South East Stars. So it's a massive 176 for Lightning to win. Ashbourne once more running towards us, comes over the wicket to Freeborn. That comes back again, lovely bit of bowling. Freeborn shaping up to drill that through the offside, then it just comes tailing back at her. Hits the pad and rolls away into the leg side. Lovely skills that from Tash Barrett. Gets the ball back in her hands once more. Left arm over the wicket, she comes to Freeborn. He's playing round that front pad. Little half shout for LBW. Ooh, LBW. As I say that, Tash Barrett's just felt something twinge there. Ball just rolled up towards mid-off. She's okay. Just as she landed, her front foot slipped a touch on the crease there, Tash Barrett, but she's marching back down there towards the railway end. I think they've got something for the dog now. I think it's hungry. I think it's just been given a bone or something like that. As in over the wicket comes Barrett again. Short ball, just tucks Freeborn up for room. It's good bowling from Tash Barrett. End of the over. 3 gone then. And Lightning 11 for 1. 5 off the Tash Barrett over. So if we're going to get Emma Jones down below us from the pavilion end, we are indeed. So Emma Jones coming in to attack after the 1 over of off spin from Alice Capsey. Dedra will be on strike. Chat between Tash Barrett and Emma Jones. At the moment the field is short, fine, third man, backward point, cover, mid off, and mid on, short mid wicket, deep backward square. Emma Jones coming right arm over the wicket from the pavilion end of the ground to the right hand of the Dedra. It's short and the Dedra's hooking this. One bounce down to short fine leg. It's a good ball that from Emma Jones. That just hurried a Dedra up a touch. You get a huge amount of bat on that. Grace Gibbs doing the fielding there at short fine leg. Emma Jones once again past umpire Billy Taylor to the right hand of the Dedra, who's driving at that. That's wide outside the off stump. This will be signalled wide by Billy Taylor. That'll be 1 more to the total. 12 for 1 in the Lightning. 176 their target. Didn't get enough though with the dog. It started again as Emma Jones over the wicket once more. A Dedra drives. Good looking shot there, straight down the ground with a flourish. Very stylish shot that from the Dedra. That's over the boundary rope and away for 4 runs. Good looking shot that. Real flourish on it. Big bat lift, high bat lift, and a real flourish. Dedra's moved on to 7. Lightning moving on to 16 for 1. In the 4th of their 20 overs, chasing 176 here on the Surrey live stream. Motorbike going up along the Woodbridge Road. Jones is in again. A Dedra digs out a Yorker. Oh, now Bryony Smith's claiming the catch at slip there. I think that was bump ball. It's a funny old bit of cricket that, because it's a Yorker. Dedra's dropped the bat on it, and it's whether it's gone into the turf and up again. Sharp take, I suppose you have to say, for Bryony Smith at first slip, and then claim the catch. So, were we on TV, I'm pretty sure we'd have gone upstairs for that. But if you went upstairs now, all you'd find is me stood on the roof, looking like I'm on a holiday in Corfu. And it's waiting once again. Dedra has jumped over the wicket to her, and Dedra's trying to swing this into the leg side. Hits the pad, Rolls away down towards short fine leg. And there is no run. Again, just drifting onto those bounds. If the Dedra gets bat on that, with Grace Gibbs on the edge of the circle at fine leg, she's going to chip it straight to Grace Gibbs, or it's going to go away for 4 runs. Jones walks back towards us, wearing number 88, as you can see. Over the wicket to a Dedra, who's down the pitch. That's well bowled by Jones. Saw her coming, banged it in and tucked her up for room. Completely clamped up a Dedra there, did Jones. Pick up a single. So Bryony Smith made 16, Ailish Cranston 5, Phoebe Franklin 8 then, Alice Capsey 38, Tash Brown 35, quickfire 9 from Grace Gibbs, and a brilliant 41 not out from Alice Davison Richards. Got stars up to that 175 for 6. This one's cut away by Freeborn. That'll be 4. Nicely played. You probably heard the noise of that coming out the middle of the bat. Bit of width on that last delivery. So boundaries off the last ball of each of the last 2 overs. For Lightning, 21 for 1. So Freeborn's up and running with the bat after a superb performance behind the stumps with 4 stumpings today for Lightning. That was cracked away off the back foot for 4. So you probably heard the noise of that coming right out the middle of the bat. Absolutely shot off to the boundary rope for 1 now. Bryony Smith is coming into the attack for the first time today in the corresponding fixture, first one of the competition. 4 for 15 against Lightning for Bryony Smith, then 2 for 9 against the Central Sparks, and then 2 for 26 against the Vipers. In she comes, and this one, a Dedra's down the pitch straight away, lofty miss over mid-on and away for 4. So good intent there from a Dedra. Bryony Smith's first delivery straight down the pitch towards her, and then lofting that ball up and over the top of mid-on and away for 4 runs. And again comes Bryony Smith. That's nicely bowled, a Dedra. Winding up again for a big shot, but then wasn't quite there, and in the end just pushes the ball back up the pitch to Bryony Smith. Just the fielding off her own bowling. Smith in again. Here goes a Dedra, up in the air, straight up in the air, will be caught at mid-off. So a boundary off the first ball of the over, and then trying the same shot again. That time nowhere near the pitch of it, and it going straight up in the air. And Alice Davison Richards with the catch. So Bryony Smith has another wicket. That's the 9th in the competition so far, I think, for Bryony Smith. And the Dedra goes for 12. 25 for 2 in the 5th over. Hyam making her way out into the middle. Lucy Hyam out there in the middle now, joining Freeborn. Freeborn has 12, but not quite to the pitch of that one. Sonia Dedra straight up in the air, and as I say, Alice Davison Richards, pretty simple catch really for her. So Lucy Hyam out there in the middle. I think I'm right in saying that is the 9th wicket for Bryony Smith in the competition so far. 4 for against the Lightning, 2 for against the Central Sparks, 2 for against the Vipers, and now a wicket already in her first over against Lightning. They did cross, so Freeborn is back on strike. 25 for 2 as Bryony Smith is into Freeborn. He's looking to punch off the back foot. A little bit of turn there, I think, for Bryony Smith. It comes off a thickish inside edge, runs away into the leg side, and there is no run. Freeborn waits once again. Over the wicket comes Bryony Smith. That's short and pulled by Freeborn. Get a single out towards deep backward square as the throw comes in. Straight over the top of the stumps from Kalia Moore. Big one more to the table. That'll bring Lucy Hyam on to strike for the first time here. Let's go out there with Dedra going for 12. On the going in the first over. in at slip, I think. The two capped Alice Davison Richards goes in there at slip. She's also wearing Bryony Smith's cap, I think, because Smith is in, and Hyam plays this one off the stumps out into the offside, and there is no run. So tidy first over from Bryony Smith, boundary off the first ball of it, and then the wicket of Adedra. 26 for 2 then. Lightning, awful lot of work to do. Another 150 required from here for the Lightning. Emma Jones will continue and bowl the 6th over, final one of the power play from the pavilion end. Freeborn will be on strike on 13. Annie Smith going into her position at first slip. Freeborn just retaking her guard. Ash Barrett quick word with Emma Jones, and then Emma Jones ready once again to come over the wicket to Freeborn from the pavilion end. Freeborn drives, good looking shot this. Time that. That's whistled away for 4 runs. Lovely shot from Freeborn again. Having a pretty good game here. Terrific behind the stumps, and now on to 17 with the bat. 30 for 2. Lightning will keep looking at that total of 176 though. Freeborn waits with that bat raised. Jones in again, full toss, swung into the leg side by Freeborn, won't take a single. That one rolls up towards Alice Davison Richards. Stood up there at mid-on. Mayfield missed out a touch there. Freeborn. Dog seems a bit happier away to our right. Haven't heard from him or her for a while. Over the wicket once again then comes Jones to Freeborn, who's driving again, straight down the ground for 4. It's beautifully timed again from Freeborn. Not trying to hit this too hard, it's just drilling it straight back down the ground. Alice Davison Richards has to kick the ball back off a picnic blanket. That's beautifully timed. The thing here is, does Tash Farrant put a long off and a long on in? Because you're only allowed the 2 outside the circle. I think she'll keep it as it is for the time being, because she's timing those so beautifully. I think even with a long off or a long on. Not going to get round to that. Freeborn's on to 21 out of 34 here. 34 for 2 in the 6th. The Lightning. Emma Jones over the wicket to Freeborn. Shorter this time. That's pulled by Freeborn. That's 6. Flat for 6. Great shot. So after being driven twice down the ground, Emma Jones drops one in, and Freeborn has jumped all over that and pulled that flat for 6 into the fencing. We saw Alice Davison Richards hit a big 6 at the end of the Stars innings. That was absolutely hammered. That was still going. Flat from Freeborn. On to 27 she goes. Jones over the wicket once again. Another short one, and this will be pulled, and this might go for 4 more. No, brilliant work out there at deep backward square. Terrific stuff. Otherwise that would have gone away for 4 more. So a couple more to Freeborn. Moves on to 29. She keeps going like this, we'll be done after 10 overs. And the Jones comes marching back towards us. So it's 16 off this over from Emma Jones. Freeborn 29 not out as Jones is over the wicket to her. Another short wide one. I think this will be signalled wide by Billy Taylor. It will be. That'll be another one to the total. There's a bit of a chat out there in the middle between Freeborn and Hyam. Good afternoon to my daughter Isabel, who's listening in at the moment. Very good cricketer. High as well. And in over the wicket once again comes Jones. Ooh, that's a loopy full toss this time. That'll be a no ball above waist high. I feel a bit here for Emma Jones. She's been driven twice down the ground by Freeborn. Then she's gone short of leg, pulled for 6. And now wide, and then a full toss above waist high. So it's a long old over this. for Emma Jones at the moment here at Guildford. 29 not out. Interestingly, what was this at the end of this? It's 48. Big old over this. Emma Jones is into Freeborn. Freeborn swings it straight down the ground. One bounce for 4. Brilliant over that for Lightning and for Freeborn. She moves on to 33. 6 gone. 22 off that over from Emma Jones. It happens. And she's just sort of got into the arc there of Freeborn. So 22 off the over. 48 for 2. Lightning after the power play. Stars after the power play were 48 for 2. So it's as you were, as you lie at the moment. After 6 overs, Bryony Smith it will be from the railway end of the ground. Should also say, just forgive me, but say hello to Bailey, Isabel's dog. He's listening in as well at the moment. Yep, someone's hooting there along the Woodbridge Road. Danny Gregory's getting warmed up as well at short fly leg. So, Ian will be on strike, yet to get off the mark. Bryony Smith to continue with her off breaks down there from the railway end, so 4 can go out now on the boundary road. There's a short one from Bryony Smith, just tugged into the leg side by Ian, won't beat Danny Gregory. In there at short fine leg, and there's no run, so can get the 4 thirders outside the circle now, the third circle, so they've got the sweeper on the cover boundary rope. Deep mid-wicket, deep backward square, only going with 3 at the moment in fact, as that's tossed up by Bryony Smith, and Hyam sort of in 3 minds about what shot to play there, and in the end didn't really play a shot. And there is no run, so now they go with 4 with a long on as well, so long on goes down there towards the boundary rope, as in comes Bryony Smith again, and Hyam's trying to work it leg side, hits the pad, rolls away into the offside, and there is no run. I think that the job for Hyam is get bat on ball and get Freeborn on strike here. Bryony Smith is in once again, over the wicket, that's short and that's pulled again, but Danny Gregory should get round at short fine, will get round at short fine, that'll just be a single, but that gets Hyam off the mark. So Hyam off the mark with a single. 49 for 2. Windy now, as you can hear here on the roof at Guildford, but the most glorious day. It really is. As Bryony Smith is into Freeborn. Freeborn drives. That's nicely flighted by Bryony Smith. Really did give that some loop. Freeborn had to wait and then drove it straight to extra cover. Those that are sensible, unlike me, are wearing hats today. Sadly, I'm past the point of no return, so Bryony Smith in over the wicket again to Freeborn, and Freeborn, that's the quicker one, that's nicely bowled by Bryony Smith. Good over that, just a single off it after an expensive 6th over, just a single off the 7th. So 49 for 2 here on the Surrey live stream. Lightning, just a reminder, they need 176 after 175 for 6 posted by South East Over. Now Danny Gregory comes into the attack. Always look forward to watching Danny Gregory bowl a leg spin. Having a bit of a natter with Tash Farron, Bryony Smith. So Bryony Smith very economical as always with her off breaks, and now we get the leg spin of Danny Gregory into the attack. Hyam will be on strike, so Gregory's stop ball will be going away from the right-handed Hyam. Googly will be coming back in as Gregory's in, and the first one is a googly, but it's short and it's pulled by Hyam out towards deep backward square. They'll get a single. Hyam will move on to 2, and that'll bring the 50 up for the Vipers. So they're up there in terms of runs of where they need to be, really. But at the moment it's really just one person scoring those runs. Freeborn is back on strike here to Gregory and drives very nicely out towards the sweeper on the cover rope. They'll think about 2 here with the misfield, but only the single. Clearmore does well, gets the throw in the air very quickly. Out there sweeping on the cover boundary rope. Again though, Freeborn's timed that beautifully. On to 34 she goes. Gregory in again to Hyam. Hyam sweeping down to short fine. Quick singles taken. Emma Jones, great arm, and the dive for Freeborn. Great dive, in fact. from Freeborn. She's done that twice now. She may get to take off her gloves and remove some of the dirt and soil that's got into there, but great dive, it really was. Comes back onto strike on 34. She's having a very good day today. Abby Freeborn, as Danny Gregory is into her. It's nicely bowled, and forward goes Freeborn, pushes this one out towards extra cover. And there's no run, they're getting a slip in now. Tash Barrett, is she going in down at short third? So Tash Barrett goes down to short third. Danny Gregory in again. Freeborn drives, nice looking shot again down the ground. They'll pick up another single. More to the total. Freeborn to 35. 53 for 2. 53 for 2. Another 123 required by the Lightning. Danny Gregory's in again. Hyam slog sweeps nicely out towards deep mid wicket. Take another single. Phoebe Franklin does the fielding out there. End of Danny Gregory's first over. Tidy over. 5 off it. 54 for 2 after 8. So 12 to go for the Vipers. Another 122 required. So up to 10s and over now. Required by Vipers. And that's the problem. You put a big total on the board. That run rate, unless you're hitting boundaries in every over, that run rate just goes up and up and up. Becomes almost impossible. Alice Capsey into the attack from the railway end, so they're one over from the pavilion end, open the bowling in fact, as Capsey is over the wicket then. And reverse sweep out from Hyam and is bowled, completely missed it, and Hyam trying to work something, bowled by Alice Capsey, and goes for 4, and 54 for 3, but it's understandable. As I say, that run rate keeps going up at the moment. So, gone for 4 now, Hyam. Freeborn's still there though. Teresa Graves making her way out into the middle to join Abby Freeborn. Hyam had to try something. Tried the reverse sweep and was bowled by Alice Capsey. 54 for 3. The Lightning. The dog to our right seems a lot happier now. Although there is another dog to our right now. So whether those two are going to get to know each other, we'll wait to see. But the barking dog seems a bit more content now to our right hand side. I think he's hungry. So, Freeborn, long old chat here with Graves about how to go about this. I think he's probably giving me the strike. It's a little punch of the gloves. Right-handed Graves takes her guard. Alice Capsey with a wicket to add to her 35 with the bat today. Another train rattles along the tracks. Again, I'm not sure if that's coming in or out of Guildford Station. Definitely a southwest train. It's either heading to Waterloo or going into Guildford Station. There's Alice Capsey over the wicket to Graves. Graves first ball drives nicely back up the pitch. Capsey does the fielding off her own bowling. You can probably pick up the sound of the train echoing through the trees there at the railway end. Graves forward, and again just drills it straight back to Capsey. Good over this from Alice Capsey. No runs off it so far, and a wicket with the first ball of the over. Bounces in once again in her sunglasses. Graves drives, good shot this, times that beautifully down towards long on. Should get 2, will get 2 with the throw. Freeborn gets back for the second. Tash Barrett didn't have too far to go to her right there at short mid wicket, but timed it quite beautifully. To Graves, nice way to get off the mark with a couple. 56 for 3. Tash Barrett wanders over to have a word with Alice Capsey. Chat there between Capsey and Farron. Deep backward square is actually coming up to the edge of the circle now. They've brought one of the fielders from outside the circle up. Here goes Graves to a ball that's tossed up by Capsey. She just drills it down the ground. Will get a single. So Freeborn, this is the only ball of the over she's going to face. 35 out of Needs to be seeing all the bowling, you feel, here. Abigail Freeborn. Capsy is into her. Freeborn whips it down the ground. Nicely played again. Will keep the strike. Single off the last ball of the over, but tidy over that from Alice Capsy. 4 off it. 58 for 3. Just a word for Mark the analyst as well. Without him, you wouldn't be seeing any of this today, because he's bringing up a sight screen and stuck his camera up and doing a brilliant job as always. Very nice to see him today. He managed to work out which leads go. Well, Mark worked out which leads go where. So if you want to blame anybody, you can hear me, blame Mark. So it's going to be Danny Gregory from the pavilion end. 10th over. 58 for 3. Freeborn on strike on 36 as Gregory is in and Freeborn's forward. That's nicely bowled again. I think that's the googly again from Danny Gregory. Freeborn wants to go through the offside there, you can see, try and open up those hands and go through the offside, but in the end just has to play it straight back up the pitch. A couple of young gentlemen have arrived in full whites there to our left, is sweeping. Freeborn's got this on the full, that'll be 4. Nicely played again, she's on to 40. Has to see as much of the strike as she can here. Abby Freeborn. Into 40 she goes. Mightily impressive day. 62 for 3. 4 brilliant stumpings. And now 40 out of 62 for Freeborn. But yeah, those two young gentlemen in full whites there. Away to our left hand side. Nice to see. May have just had a net in fact. Freeborn waits once again. Danny Gregory spinning the ball in her fingers. The 114 required by the Lightning. Onto the back foot goes Freeborn this time. Punches into the offside. Grace Gibbs comes to her left to do the fielding at extra cover, and there's no run. Freeborn waits again on 40. It's a loopy full toss from Gregory. Freeborn will feel she's missed out there. She's stood up straight and then just pulled it basically out towards deep backward square. Gets a single. Capsy doing the fielding out there. And more to the total. This brings Graves on to strike for the first time here to Gregory on 3. Danny Gregory bouncing in once again. Graves looks to work leg side, thickish inside edge, will get a single. Getting Capsy in the action out there at deep backward square. One more to the total, one more to Graves. To 4, 64 for 3, just a reminder. Target 176 for the Lightning. So 112 more required by the Lightning, and we're in the 10th over. Danny Gregory into Freeborn. Freeborn backs away and cuts. Times that beautifully again. Clea Moore gets round to do the fielding. They'll just get a single, but lovely throw from Clea Moore straight over the top of the stumps. 10 gone. It means Freeborn keeps the strike. So 10 gone, 65 for 3. So they're going to have to go in 11 and over from here. Lightning. 111 required. 10 overs remaining. Big ask that, it really is. Clea Moore is going to come into the attack now from the railway end. Freeborn and Graves have a chat. Freeborn now highest individual score of the game, going past Alice Davison Richards, 41 not out in the Stars innings. Oh dear, someone's car's being pulled by the 5th emergency service there. Oh dear. Moore over the wicket then, and Freeborn sweeps down to Danny Gregory. Short fly leg, won't get a run. The ball is whipped in over the top of the stumps. Woodbridge Road busy now. Buses and cars and motorbikes and bikes. People heading home, I think, as Moore over the wicket and Freeborn forward, pushing this one out towards extra cover, and there is no run. As I say, it's the most perfect day for watching cricket today. Very entertaining game in front of us. As Moore's in that short, Freeborn sweeps, and Danny Gregory gets a foot to it, almost kicks that down to Capsy, and will pick up a single. One more to Freeborn, moves on to 43. 66 for 3 now. Lightning, back onto strike comes Graves. Just Alice Davis and Richards being deposited down to long off, which means deep backward square will have to come up to the edge of the circle. Myberg down there, Surrey Stars head coach, of course, is looking to cut the ball that's gone past the outside edge. There was Graves, Mr. Delicate, like Kira Chatley behind the stumps, rolled by Wind's got up again as Mid-innings in. Now the pitch goes Graves, drives down to Alice Davis and Richards down there at long off. Another single. Alice Davis and Richards down there at long off, so ball into the field. Nicely. Apologies, somebody started playing again on the roof for some reason. And Freeborn waits again. Clearmore's into her, and all goes Freeborn. Tidy over from Clearmore. Very good over that. 11 gone, just to 2 runs off the over, and again that run rate just goes shooting up for the Lightning. 9 to go, 109 more required by the Lightning. So, well, we're looking at Mountain anyway. It's just got even higher. The Mountain. Freeborn and Graves. Again, a little chat there about how to go about this. It's been a tough season for Lightning so far in this competition. They're hanging in there at the moment. Danny Gregory to bowl the 12th over. In, and this is whipped into the leg side by Graves, well fielded by Alice Davis and Richards. That's brilliant. Sprints round to her right from long on, dives full length, knocks the ball back inside the boundary rope. Very good bit of work that from Alice Davis and Richards. Danny Gregory will appreciate that, but it's 2 more to Graves. She moves on to 7, 69 for 3. Stands with that bat raised high in the air. Gregory's in, that's a full toss above waist high, was it? Slung straight down the ground. One bounce to Alice Davis and Richards, and yep, no ball. The signal from Billy Taylor, free hit. So no ball, free hit. 70 for 3. Somebody's motorbike doesn't sound in the best of working order there. They crossed, so they can change the field if they want to. Freeborn comes on to straight, so yep, Tash Barrett will go across from the wicket to the edge of the circle on the offside. So this is a free hit for Freeborn. Danny Gregory over the wicket to it, swinging on the leg side, top edge, all the way out to deep backward square. Capsey will take a very good catch, and that'll just be a single. After all of that, great excitement off the free hit. Good catch that, coming out the sun. 72 for 3. So they did cross, so Graves comes back on to strike. Very good catch that. Out at deep backwards, coming out the sun, got the sunglasses on and the cap, but still to shield her eyes from it. Alice Capsey made it look very straightforward, but just the single. Graves in a pink pads, waits again as Gregory's into, and Graves works his leg side, doesn't really get too much bat on it. Farrant is round to do the fielding. They'll pick up another single. More to the total. It's 12 over, 73 for 3 Lightning now. Freeborn back onto strike on 44. Danny Gregory comes over the wicket to Freeborn. Freeborn driving, nice looking shot away through extra cover. Timed that beautifully. Moves on to 48. What a great innings this is. To add to the stumpings and her work behind the stumps with the gloves, Freeborn is having a terrific day out there. That just lent on that. Absolutely whistled away through extra cover for 4. 77 for 3. Danny Gregory is in to Freeborn. Freeborn off the back foot, pushes this one out into the offside. Farrant does the fielding. End of the over. 12 gone. 77 for 3. 10 off the over. After 12, just to give you an idea, South East Stars were 83 for 3 after 12. Oh, apologies, still ball to go. Danny Gregory in once again to Freeborn, and Freeborn opens the face, plays this very late, guides it off down towards third, and they'll pick up a single. And there'll be one more to the total. That is the over from Danny Gregory. And 78 for 3. Shows how bad my maths is. I said there was 10 off the over before that delivery. It's now 11. Dreadful. So, 8 overs to go. 98 more required by Lightning. Kalia Moore coming up to bowl the 13th over from the railway end of the ground here at Guildford. Punchy games of cricket still going on away to my left at the moment. The two lads in their full whites haven't been able to get involved yet in the cricket. Away to our left hand side. Kalia Moore then from the railway end of the ground. Freeborn is 49 not out. Kalia Moore's in two, and Freeborn chops this one down to back for point. That'll be a 50. What a day she's having. 4 brilliant stumpings and now a 50 as well. Abigail Freeborn gets a very warm round of applause. Quite rightly, it's been a great knock. Can she keep going? 50 out of 79. Brings Graves back onto strikers again. Over the wicket comes Moore to Graves. Graves is down the pitch, gone stumped. Yep, good bit of work from Chatley. Behind the stumps, had to reach forward there, but Graves dancing down the pitch, looking to go over the chop. Chatley does the work behind the stumps. Moore has a wicket. Pine is making her way out to the middle. Graves goes for 9. 79 for 4. In the 13th over, so we've seen some great keeping today. We really have. Graves coming back towards us, shaking her head. She makes her way out there to the middle. Joining Freeborn is 79 for 4 Lightning. So unless Freeborn can keep going like this, Stars will win this game. But what an innings this has been from Freeborn. What a day she's having. As I said, 4 brilliant stumpings, standing up to the quicker bowlers, and now 50 not out as well. Had a brilliant day today. Abigail Freeborn really has. Nicely bowled. Chatley behind the stumps. Right, takes her guard then, getting ready for her first delivery, right-handed. Little survey of the field. Kira Moore. Kalia Moore getting ready to come in once again. Over the wicket to Pye, waiting for her first ball, drives nicely, elegantly out towards the sweeper on the cover boundary rope, will take a single. 80 for 4, brings Freeborn back onto strike on 50. So an obvious thing to say, but Freeborn has to try and keep going here. Played superbly well so far. Over the wicket once again comes Moore to her. Backs away, cuts. It's good placement, half stopped by Cranston. In there at backward point, Bryony Smith does the tidying up work. They'll take a single. That'll be one more to the total. 81 for 4. Pye comes back onto strike on 1. Moore over the wicket to goes wide of the crease this time. Sweeping shot for a big double. You won't get that. It just rolls away in front of Pye, and Chatley comes out from behind the stumps, lobs the ball back down to Moore. Moore bounces in once again over the wicket to Pye. Pye drives, times this very nicely. Out towards Alice Davison-Richards, who sweeps round to do the field. He's got a great arm. Pye's got to get her skates on here. She's home, safe and sound. Throw was absolutely whistled. And Emma Jones out there, apologies, with the throw. Pye gets back for a couple. More with the wicket of Graves. 13 gone. 83 for 4. Lightning. So 7 overs left. 93 required. Horrible equation. Really is. But while Freeborn's still there, there's hope for Lightning. Be one of the great innings. Grace Gibbs coming into the attack down below us from this the pavilion end. So Grace Gibbs 9 with the bat today. A couple of boundaries in that 9 as well. And now with the ball in her hands, Freeborn will be on strike. What have we got? Fine leg. 2 back on that leg side boundary rope. And then a cover ring and a sweeper on the cover rope for Grace Gibbs. Coming right arm over the wicket to Freeborn, and Freeborn swings back a touch at it. Gets a thick inside edge on this. And we'll pick up a single into the leg side. Freeborn moves on to 52. 84 for 4 Lightning. Pye takes her guard. Lovely action, Grace Gibbs. Chat with Tash Farron, her captain. Of course, the other thing for Lightning is they know they've got Farron coming back for a couple of overs later on in the piece. Pye surveys the field. Just moving deep backward square around to her left a touch. Mid-wicket now as Grace Gibbs over the wicket, and Pye whips this into the leg side for 4. That's a gorgeous shot. Bottom hand came into it. A gentleman without his shirt on sticks a boot out. Does a pretty good job there. Alice Davison-Richards has to retrieve the ball from the gentleman with no shirt on, and rolls it back to Grace Gibbs. Good bit of footwork there from that gentleman. But lovely shot from Pye. Bottom hand into it late and then whipping it into the leg side. 88 for 4. Grace Gibbs over the wicket to Pye, and Pye forward. Plays this one into the leg side, rolls in there towards short mid-wicket, and there's no run. A little look at the other scores if I can get the internet working. Elsewhere in the competition today, lots of games going on today. Grace Gibbs over the wicket, and this is driven by Pye, and Gibbs gets a foot to it. It goes out towards mid-off. There's no run. Vipers 160, single, apologies, 162 for 4. Sparks 115 without loss after 12, and then Thunder 100 for 9, Western Storm 87 for 3, and then the Northern Diamonds 120 for 6, Sunrisers 69 for 6. So those are the other scores in Charlotte Edwards Cup. Test match, men's test match, India all out for 78 as Grace Gibbs is in, and Freeborn has to wait for this slower ball, pushes it out into the offside, and they'll get a single. So yeah, all out India for 78. Headingley on day 1. England in reply 48 without loss. And for the England bowlers, 3 for James Anderson, 2 for Ollie Robertson, 3 for Craig Overton. This one's pushed into the offside by Pye. Quick single. Oh, Tash Farron behaved. Direct hit. Oh, that must have been tight. That looked out from here, but I'm miles away. And it's actually hit the stumps and whistled off to the boundary rope for 4 overthrows. Ooh, I'd like to see that again. It looked like she was really struggling there. Tash Farron, with the throw, hit the stumps and the ball ricocheted away. She went for 4 overthrows. Usually 5 off that delivery. Pye's on to 14, but again, I think would have gone upstairs had that been on telly, but that did look very tight. Good bit of work from Tash Farron. Bryony Smith comes back into the attack down there at the railway end. Pye will be on strike. 95 for 4, so she picks up 5 off that delivery. Great bit of work from Dash Barrett though. Got to away very quickly. Bryony Smith then with our 15th over, coming into Pye. Pye's forward, pushes away into the offside, won't get a run there as Ailish Cranston comes scampering up as always to do the fielding. Brilliant in there at backward point is Ailish Cranston. Bryony Smith in her sunglasses, in again. Pye looks to late cut, plays it very nicely down towards third. Now get a couple here. Capsey goes running back to do the fielding, just in front of that third man boundary rope. 2 more to the total, 2 more to Pye, moves on to 15. So England having a pretty good day. They're at heading 8. And Mead and Burns, the new opening partnership together. 97 for 4. Bryony Smith in again. Pye comes dancing down the pitch, wasn't really to the pitch of that at all actually. Towens it back towards Bryony Smith, who just does the fielding off her own bowling, and there's no run. Bryony Smith in again, over the wicket. Pye's down the pitch, looking to draw this up over mid-off. Alice Davison-Richards with the throw, and through for the single is Pye. Didn't really get a loss of that. So Richards took aim and fired. And if that is it, that might have been tight. As it is, Freeborn gets back onto strike on 53. 98 for 4, running out of overs here. 78 more needed. Lightning, that's quicker from Bryony Smith. It's clubbed by Freeborn up the ground, and Alice Davison-Richards does the fielding in instalments, but does very, very well there. It's hit pretty hard again by Freeborn. Moves on to 54 now. Bryony Smith. I think this is the last ball of the over. Into Pye, he's played nicely, looking to sweep, and it hits her front pad and rolls away just past her off stump. End of the over, she lost the ball there for a second. 15 gone, 3 off the over from Bryony Smith. 99 then for 4, Lightning. Their target, just a reminder, 176, so they still need 77 off 5. And however well Freeborn's batting, that's a long way away now, especially with Alice Capsey coming back into the attack. But when you put 175 on the board, you're always in control of the game. But this has been a super innings from Freeborn. 54 out of 99, Pye playing nicely to 16 as Capsey over the wicket. Here goes Freeborn again, using the feet, driving down the ground. Davison-Richards again, brilliant down at long on. Slides round, does the fielding, keeps the ball inside the boundary rope. Terrific bit of work again from Alice Davison-Richards, but that brings up the 100 for Lightning. So 100 up for Lightning, 100 for 4, coming up in the 16th over. Capsey coming over the wicket once again to Pye. Pye's down the pitch and slinging this one into the leg side. Davison-Richards round again to do the fielding. Pick up a single. Pye moves on to 17, 101 for 4. Freeborn back onto strike. Hasn't seen too much of the strike in the last couple of overs, Freeborn. Capsey over the wicket to her. Freeborn's down the pitch, gets this on the full. Again, guess what? Alice Davison-Richards comes round to do the fielding. There's only 4 people in the game at the moment. 1 more to the total. 102 for 4. Freeborn moves on to 56. And it's Capsey bouncing in once again over the wicket to Pye. Pye sweeping. That's almost bowled around her legs. It's going to be signalled wide by Billy Taylor. I think it is. Almost bowled by around her legs there. She's looking to sweep. Freeborn scrambled a single as well, so there'll be 104 for 4. Freeborn back onto strike on 56. Capsey's over the wicket there. Freeborn's got outside that off stump, looks to sweep, followed by Capsey. Got nothing on it, and really nicely taken by Chatley. Good bit of bowling that from Alice Capsey. Saw what Freeborn was doing and followed up. Capsey in again. to Freeborn. Freeborn's down the pitch, over the top she goes, one bounce for 4, lovely shot again, she does time the ball beautifully. Abigail Freeborn there, again just full face of the bat, straight down the ground, one bounce for 4, she's on to 60 here. Great game of cricket this, 108 for 4. Capsey in once again to Freeborn, goes outside that off stump once more and then slings this one straight down the ground, and Davison Richards does the thirding again. Been busy in this over. Now there's Davison Richards, end of it, 16 gone. Lightning sticking in there. Not saying they're going to win this, but they're not giving it away. They're putting up a fight here. 109 for 4. Freeborn on 61. I think Tash Farrant is bringing herself back into the attack here. So Tash Farrant back into the attack. Down there at the railway end. 4 to go. Now, 67 required is a massive ask, obviously, but Freeborn and Pye have got together here. Good partnership between these two. It's worth 30. Tash Farrant though, stick at the death. Comes around the wicket then to Freeborn. Freeborn drives in the air and is caught at cover. And Emma Jones takes the catch, and Freeborn's great innings comes to an end on 61. She's played really well. Tash Farrant though, her first ball back into the attack. And Emma Jones with the catch, but Freeborn, what an innings that's been from her. What a day she's had. 4 stumpings. And 61 with the bat as well. Out of a total of 109 for 5, she should get a rapturous round of applause here. I'm even going to round of applause on my microphone as well. That has been a brilliant innings of 61. She's had a fantastic day, really has. And Kirsty Gordon, the skipper, goes out there to join play. Tash Farrant, first ball back wicket. 109 for 5 then. Well played. Maybe Freeborn for brilliant stumping, standing up to the quicker bowlers, and then 61 with the bat. It's had a very good day here at Guildford on the Surrey stream. So, Kirsty Gordon taking her guard, right-handed. Just to say the game on Saturday as well will be on the Hampshire live stream as well for the South East Stars. Round the wicket goes Tash Farrant, tucked away by Gordon out towards deep backward square. They'll take a single. That'll be Gordon off the mark, and we'll move Lightning on to 110 for 6 now. He comes back onto strike once more on 17. Tash Farrant, left arm round the wicket to Pye. Pye swinging leg side, thick inside edge. Could split the 2. It will on the leg side. Clearmore and Danny Gregory both sprinting round, but it's split them both. It's over the boundary rope and away for 4 runs. Pye not giving this one up. On to 21, 140 for 5. Tash Farrant looked to the heavens there after that shot. Wasn't exactly where Pye intended, but picks up a boundary anyway. Farrant, left arm round the wicket, driven, good looking shot again, stopped by Alice Davison Richards again. She's everywhere. Stopped again by Alice Davison Richards up at mid-off. Just a single, one more to the total, 115 for 5. It's been a great game. Had over 300 runs today. Tash Farrant round the wicket. Swing and a miss from the skipper. 2 skippers going head to head. Kirsty Gordon, swing and a miss to a slower ball, not taken cleanly by Chatley. Buys will be the signal. A couple more to the Lightning total. 116 for 5. Is it 118 for 5? I'm not sure those 2 have gone up on the board yet. Tash Farrant round the wicket once again. Pye drives down the ground, good looking shot once more. They'll get another single down there towards long on. More to Pye, 1 more to the total. 117 for 5 then after 17. So it's a nominal 59 off 3. But great game of T20 cricket. As I say, my maths is abysmal, but we're up nearly 300 runs today. 11 wickets, great entertainment. Bryony Smith coming back into the attack down here at the pavilion end. I will be on strike on 23. Earlier in the day for the South East Stars. 35 from Tash Farrant, 38 from Alice Capsey, 41 not out from Alice Davison-Richards. 4 great stumpings for Freeborn, 175 for 6. As here is Bryony Smith sweeping out towards deep backward square. Grace Gibbs does the fielding. Pye will pick up a single, moves on to 24. 118 for 5. But yes, I think if there were to be a player of the match award, I think Abigail Freeborn will be getting it. Tremendous day today. Kirsty Gordon pulls this one out towards deep mid-wicket. They'll get a single, little misfired out there by Phoebe Franklin, but no damage done. One more to the total, 119 for 5. 57 more required in the 18th over. Bryony Smith bounces in once again. It's bowled by Bryony Smith. Nice bit of bowling from Bryony Smith. And Pye was through that very, very early, trying to swing it as she had to, really, over the leg side. And 10 wicket competition now for Bryony Smith. 24 for Pye. 119 for 6 now, Lightning. In the 18th over. Way to the middle of Sophie Munro. So they've been pretty clinical with the bat today. Work with the ball perhaps for the South East Stars. They'll have a natter about the bowling a touch, I think, but with the bat, pretty clinical today. Nice innings that. 119 for 6, so Sophie Munro out there into the middle to join Kirsty Gordon. Still to come, Nancy Harmon, Grace Ballinger and Yvonne Graves. Bryony Smith, second wicket of the day for her. Little chat with Tash Farrant. Sophie Munro surveyed the field and settles herself down over her bat as Bryony Smith is in and driving as Munro beats the edge. Chatley takes that one, moving away to her right hand side. Weeks again does Munro. Down the pitch she comes. Gosh, she's got a lot of this. That's 6. Well, Alice Davison-Richards was virtually on the rope there at long on. Leapt into the air, straight over her and away for 6 runs. So Munro gets off the mark with a big 6. Gentleman with his pint runs off to get the ball for Alice Davison-Richards, so might have to do a bit of hand sanitisation. No, kicked it back. Well done, sir. Very good work there, holding a pint as well to do that. Experience. In over the wicket comes Bryony Smith once again. Quicker, beats the outside edges. Munro looks to cut. End of the over, 18 gone then. 125 for 6, Lightning. So 2 to go. They need 51. So that's not going to happen. But they've stuck in there today. And if you look at their scores in the competition so far, in the opening game, 107 against South East Stars, then 88 against the Vipers and 81 against Central Sparks. So even though they're going to lose this, it's their highest total of the season so far. 125 for 6. Tash Farrant to bowl the penultimate over from the railway end of the ground. Got a cover ring in there at the moment. Kirsty Gordon on strike. So those outside the circle, all on the leg side, 4 of them. Annie Gregory swapping with Capsey. Capsey down at fine leg. Gregory goes in on the edge of the circle. Gordon, first ball from Farrant to her. Gordon just tickles this into the leg side. I think about 2. Are they coming back for the second hour? This could be run out time. Ooh, home. Throw wasn't the best from Phoebe Franklin. Monroe managed to get going for the second. Took a while to turn and then got back for the second. So 2 more to the total. 11 balls remaining. 127 for 6. Waits again. Round the wicket goes Farrant. Slung down the ground by Gordon. Just be a single. Down there towards long on. Moves her on to 5. 128 for 6. Monroe had one scoring shot. That big 6 in the last over, straight down the ground. We'll survey the field from Monroe. Again 4 outside the circle, all on the leg side boundary rope for Farrant. Round the wicket she comes to Monroe, who's drilling that back past Tash Farrant. She's timed that beautifully, and that is away for 4 runs. Tash Farrant flung herself to her right, but Monroe's got hold of that. 6 and 4 from Monroe, on to 10. 132 for 6. Ball being retrieved from under the covers down there in the distance. Timed that beautifully, did Monroe. Completely smashed it. Straight back down the ground for 4 runs. Tash Farrant bustles in once again. Round the wicket she goes. Monroe swinging leg side out towards deep wicket. Take the single. 1 more to the total. Be a great pitch this. It's what you want, high scoring games of T20. 133 for 6. Monroe on to 11. Even with the tinge of green, it's played really well in terms of T20 cricket. You've got value for your shots. Bowlers have been in the game as well. Kirsty Gordon, 5 not out. 43 more required. Field's just changing again. Deeper wicket coming up to the edge of the circle, and now Alice Capsey being pushed down to find Tash Farrant. Left arm round the wicket she comes then to Kirsty Gordon, and Gordon hits down the leg side. Wide will be for signal. That'll be 1 more to the total. 134 for 6. I think that will be coming out, yep, on the scoreboard. Waits again over about does Kirsty Gordon. Farrant's into her, and Gordon swings this one into the leg side. Fair amount of this. Grace Gibbs does well. Sprints round, gets the ball inside the rope. They'll get a couple. With 2 more to the total. It's a bit frustrating here. Tash Farrant at the moment. Very good game. 36 to 6. 2 more required by Lightning. But they've only got, I think, 7 balls in which to get there. Tash Farrant's in again, and swinging is Gordon down the ground again. Just get a single down there to long on. Grace Gibbs does the fielding. That's the end of the Farrant over. 19 gone then, so 39 needed off the last over by Lightning. 137 for 6 they are. Looks like it's going to be Alice Capsey to bowl the final over on the pavilion end of the ground, with 39 required. It'll be Gordon on strike, Monroe at the non-strikers end. Gordon on strike on 8. As I said, it's been a terrific game of cricket this. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage here on the Surrey live stream. Apologies you've had to listen to me gabbling on as well. Just taking her time to set the field at the moment. Sweeper on the cover rope. 2 back on that leg side boundary rope and a long on. Capsey on with the final over. Coming into Gordon. Gordon's down the pitch, swinging as hard as she can, but thick inside edge, and just rolls into the leg side, and they'll just pick up a single. That'll be 1 more to the total. 138 for 6. All back in the hands of Alice Capsey once again. Bit of a chat with her captain, Tash Farrant, once more. Now Monroe has hit 1 big 6 down the ground already as Capsey's in. Here she goes again, swinging and hitting the front pad into the leg side. She was looking. Any bat on that? I think there might have been. Yeah, a little bit. No, leg by the signal from Billy Taylor. 139 for 6. 4 balls left. Dusty Gordon comes back onto strike as Capsey's over the wicket to her. Gordon swings it down the ground again. One more to the total as Alice Davison-Richards gets round to do the fielding. Been very good in the field today, Alice Davison-Richards. 140 for 6. 36 more needed, but 3 balls left. Capsey is in. Monroe, that's 6. Oh, she's got hold of that. Wow, that's into the fencing. You see Monroe bat like this, might have to go up the order. Hits the ball so cleanly. 1 to 17. 146 for 6. 2 balls left, 30 needed. Capsey's in again. Monroe gets a short one, shout for LBW. That's well bowled by Capsey. Just a quicker one. And Monroe, good innings of 17, but nicely bowled by Capsey. And off the penultimate ball of the game, Monroe goes for 17. 146 for 7. With 1 ball left to go. Nancy Harmon. Well, we'll walk out there with 1 ball left. So it's been a very good performance this from the South East Stars, but Lightning have hung in there. Just the way that Monroe strikes the ball though, you think she probably should be up the order. Makes her way back down below us for 17. Oh, nicely today as well. So 1 ball left, 146 for 7. Great though. We have 21 runs we've had today. 12 wickets, perfect for T20. So, final ball of the game. Harmon's on strike, Capsey into her, Harmon's down the pitch, tucks it into the leg side, quick singles taken. Oh my lord, that's the wildest of throws. It's a messy old end to the game, but they'll just get a single off that last ball, and that will be 147 for 7. It means that the South East Stars win this one by 29 runs, but we've had 342 runs in a day, and we've had some standout performances, but it's the South East Stars that win this one in the Charlotte Edwards Cup by 29 runs. Thanks for your company as always. South East Stars back in action against the Southern Vipers on Saturday. That one will be live streamed on the Hampshire website. But from all of us at Guildford this afternoon with the news that the South East Stars have beaten Loughborough Lightning by 29 runs from the South Mark Church, it's a very good night to one and all.